Podcast, the place for all your gaming news, plus hot topics of the week. Also, remember to follow us on Twitter at KMega4.
Welcome to the GRG Podcast.
Yeah.
I got some of this shit called Oban single malt Scotch whiskey.
So you're gonna start drinking that? You gonna start drinking that now?
I don't see why not.
Let's go, ladies and gentlemen. You heard it here. Hey, welcome to the GRG Podcast. I hope my audio is better because I know my audio sounded crazy low when I was doing Devin the Gamer. So hopefully, if the audio is right, please let me know in the chat. But as you see, it's late night, and we're talking about our adult beverages. And so, yeah, and so I haven't had any adult beverage in a while.
Oh man, I'm about to hit you like a brick.
It is, and this is due say. So I mean, but you know what? We're not having a long show like we did last week. So because it definitely will hit me, and the next thing you know, I'm talking about any and everything and all that. So we're not going to get into no political talk or any of that. We're just going to talk about some games and get straight to it. So without further ado, pop bottles. So anyway, man, I'm so pleased to have first time guest come on, and man, I've been saying that I was going to reach out to these fellas. They so busy. They doing big things over there at We Bleed Green. You know what I'm saying? So I had to go and try to snatch one of these guys up, man. I'm going to keep on trying to knock it. I'm going to get Hyperfang back. I'm going to have to go and get the other homeboy up, man. Got to bring Dirt back. I got to do what I got to do, man. But for right now, first time on GRG, man, and it's a pleasure, man. Tsunami Sup, what's happening, brother? How you doing?
Hey.
Let everybody know who lives under a rock, who don't know what you do and what's going on, man. Let everybody know where they can find you at.
Thanks for inviting me. This is the second time I was supposed to be on a while ago, and I was like in the process of moving at the time. So thanks. Some people they probably just never hit you back, but you actually did hit me back. So when I saw it this time, I was like, absolutely, I'm definitely coming on. But yeah, I'm Tsunami Sap. I come from a lot of places. Currently, I'm on a WBG We Bleed Green podcast on Dirt Giggity's channel. Also, we do the TTS podcast on my boy Sean's channel.
Yep.
And man, you can find me on Twitter. That's where I'll be at. Find me in some spaces every now and then. I saw you pop in to the spaces earlier.
I did. I don't even. I feel it once in a while, and then it gets too wild. I don't even know what's going on. I'm in a couple of these DMs, and then I might pop in and say something. You know what I'm saying? Like, you know what? Hey, man, I've been there, done that. Because I'm the old cat. You know what I'm saying? Y'all the new generation now, man. So like,
listen, dudes in there be arguing, be like, if they used to have code in there, and get well. But he used to be gang banging. They had grit in there, gang banging. So there's a lot of old dudes in there gang banging.
Oh man, no. My banging days is over, man. Those in the Z era that's it. I'm done.
I'm done. And when I got into that, I feel you. Once I left that world, I was like, you know what? I don't care anymore.
Right. Like, you know what I'm saying? I'd rather just sit there and just do me. You know what I'm saying?
I'll troll. Yeah. The gang banging done.
It's over with. It's over with. Yeah, and I was over there doing all that crazy stuff when Facebook was popping. Facebook is still popping, but when it was when I first joined in, and I was like, what is all this? And I was just like, oh man, it's wild. I said we having fun, and then next thing you know, it got too crazy. People start posting pictures and talking about people's wives.
Yeah, it's cool until it get personal.
Yeah. And I'm like, all right, let me go on this YouTube thing, and then next thing you know, that started. And I'm like, no, I can't. Yeah. But before I get to everybody else, man, I got to give a big shout out to Sonic Echo X, man. Appreciate it, man. Definitely appreciate it, man. So much for the support that lets you know, hey, the super chat works. Thank you so much, man. He says, I appreciate GRG. Keep up the great work. At work, USPS. Listening live. Brother, bless you. Bless you. My daughter works at Amazon, so you know what I'm saying? I mean, I'm sorry. I keep saying Amazon, but it's actually FedEx. But, to me, it's kind of all messed up, mixed together and stuff like that. But you know what? But shout out to y'all, man. Y'all be doing the most. You know what I'm saying? I knew a homie that, well, he's still living, so I don't know why I say I knew a homie. I got a homie that I went to school with that's been doing the UPS thing, man, for now he's going on 27 years. Bro is still out there doing his thing, man. So big shout out to y'all, man. Name is Quincy, Big Quincy. So yeah, man, really appreciate y'all, man, doing that, man. Much love to you, everybody who's listening to us live. If y'all could share this out, let everybody know that we are live right now. It is greatly appreciated. But let's move on down the line, man. You know what? My brother here, man, I talked to him, but I haven't talked to him on a podcast in a while. He went on a little hiatus. When I first seen the picture of him, I was like, who is this? I said, who stole my boy Cali Rex? But then come to find out, he was Cali Rex. So what's up with you, Cali Rex? I had no idea, man. I'm over here thinking, you know what I'm saying, you look completely different. And you look younger than how Xbox 448 sounds. So therefore, you're just a baby. So what's happening with you, man?
Yeah, I mean, I never hide the fact that I'm actually young. I'm actually just recently turned 23. So well, yeah,
just a baby, young tender.
But you know what? You know how I know you're a dinosaur, K-Mega? Because you still think Facebook's hot, okay?
Hey man. Wow. All right, that's fine. You take your jabs now. You're gonna get old too one of these days. Anyway, go ahead, man.
Yeah.
Where can they find you at, man?
At least it'll come very slowly for me.
Oh yeah,
you're already there. But yeah, thanks for having me on. And yeah, it's good to be back on. And honestly, I'm gonna be starting my show back again soon, so that's why I'm trying to be on a lot of more podcasts again. So yeah, just trying to get myself out there, get more attention again, and then yeah, and I think this is my first time actually meeting Tsunami. So nice to meet you, and
nice to meet you.
Yeah, and yeah, I'm ready for another awesome show with you, K-Mega.
Yeah, no doubt, man. It's great to have you back on, brother, man. Really do appreciate it. And all right, we're moving on down, man. Hey, our brother Ham Solo, man, has graced us yet again. Man, you know what I'm saying? The guy, man, I thought the last time I seen him buy an old console, it was the GameCube. He told me, no, nigga, you got it wrong. I got another. I got a Sega CD. A Sega CD. Sir. Oh, and I remember the greatness of Eternal Champion CD. and then he was talking about Sewer Shark, and I still can't think of the name. Supreme Warrior. That's what that name of that game was. Supreme Warrior. The reason why I am so hyped for Ghostwire Tokyo is because it reminds me so much of Supreme Warrior. So if you guys go check that out, go type that in, Supreme Warrior on Sega CD. You'll see, like, man, it nuts. Love the Sega CD. But man, how you been, brother? What's been going on, man? What's the latest video that you dropped, and let everybody know where they can find you?
Yeah, absolutely. So, yeah, you can find me at TSWS Gaming on YouTube. Please go check it out. We have awesome episodes and people that come through. Some of our recent episodes, like I do pretty much a one-on-one with people and kind of just talk about their background and you know what they're into with gaming and whatnot. But recently I had Fonzarelli, Blind Giant, Boomstick. In the past I've had K-Mega, which is on the show right now. Obviously this is his show. Him Dog, Wilmy Hood, Mad Drex, Lord not Cognito, Lord I keep saying Lord, but it's really
is it Addict?
Lord Addict. Yeah, Lord Addict. Yeah, I'm throwing all these names in my head right now. They're all over the place. But yeah, come check it out. See what these people are all about. See a little bit of their background within gaming. On Twitter, you can also find me at HamSolo05 Gaming. Holler at me there if you want to be on the show or whatnot. But man, I've been gaming for a whole bunch with a whole bunch of retro games as of lately. My gamer score on Xbox is totally crashing hard right now. I only have 400, and last month at this time I had 4,000. So I am really not doing a whole lot on my Xbox console or my PS5 just because I'm just getting suited and booted with my retro games right now. I'm falling back in love with that stuff all over again.
Oh, nothing wrong with it. Nothing wrong with it at all, brother. You know what I'm saying? It's gaming is universal. Gaming is forever, man. It doesn't matter. It's just like music. If there was one of those classic songs or albums that you used to love, man, you pop that back in, man, it feels just like old times, man. So that's how you feel like with video games, with older video games, man. The way that people have video games twisted is that, oh, the newer stuff is what's popping, the older stuff is obsolete. So you need to play them and beat them now. Let
me kick some facts real quick. I just got done last night setting up my stadium music.
Oh my
for
goodness.
ESPN 2K5 football.
That was some of the hottest
sports game of all time.
Oh yeah,
right. It's the greatest sports game, like you just said, of all time. I mean, I'm walking out on the field with Lil Wayne popping out from my hard drive on my original Xbox. I mean, please, EA, make a good football game that's like something like that masterpiece. I mean, halftime show, cut interviews. MVP of the game on the sideline has something to say after the game is over, and they go over the stats, and they have a little sports center where they show each team how they did, got highlights from them. I mean, it was lit, and it is still lit. And if you do emulation, like we were talking about in the green room, I believe earlier, you can even update some of these teams and whatnot and make them, like I was playing with Lamar Jackson on my computer on 2K5.
Yeah, they modded stuff. They got updated logos, updated rosters. I've seen all of that stuff. There's a community where like they keep it active and up to date.
That's how you know that game's hot, because that game came out in 2004.
Yeah.
And people are still keeping that thing alive as if
$20. It was $20, boy.
Oh man, slapping the face to the NFL and EA. They were
changed the whole game. Changed the whole game, man.
I still got my fingers crossed that the NCAA, I know they can make money off of the games now. So I'm hoping that 2K comes back into the ring and makes a football game, because I know the NFL is still under EA, but NCAA, or I don't care if it's the XFL. For all I care, I just want a 2K football game.
Yeah, no, I don't think no. I would also just say no. There's no doubt that now since the players can get paid, it is now open season and the NCAA is kind of in flux because they're still trying to handle the whole transfer portal situation. So now it's kind of like 2K, EA, of course, and others, even some kind of unknown entity can come out and start making college basketball and football and rugby, whatever the hell they want to. So no, it would be massive. So, but go ahead.
Before we move on to the next person, I gotta say I've been playing the heck out of these two games. NFL, or actually it ain't called NFL because they didn't want to touch this game. Blitz the League on the OG Xbox, and then also on the OG PlayStation. I've been playing NFL Extreme, if you remember that.
Oh yeah. No, I know life. That's one of my favorite consoles of all time. Is the OG PlayStation. That I know lifed the OG PlayStation. That was it. That's why I don't even get so excited about PlayStation like other people do now, because PlayStation at that time, they had all the bangers. They had all the bangers back then. So, I feel you. All right, man. Dirk Griggity, really appreciate it, brother. He said, "What up, GRG? Shout out to everyone on the panel tonight."
Even that
piece of Dookie Tsunami. Hey man, what y'all do over there, man? What? Come on, man. Why I gotta read that? Why I gotta read that, Dirt?
Oh, you mean POS? Oh yeah, that's
yeah. He said,
that's the tagline.
He called you a piece of shit, bro. I'm like, damn, man, y'all keep y'all's beef. Y'all take it to the spaces anyway. All right, let's move on, man. You know what? One of our favorite people on here is back. And yes, no, people with D is here. She's here mostly every week, so that's one. But the other one, the soft-spoken one. But listen, y'all don't talk to her like I talk to her, because the fact of it is she's disrespectful. She talks bad about my Rams. And I you know what? And I just had to let people know right here, like, everybody thinks, oh man, I really like her, man. She's so soft-spoken. She sounds so sweet. She's a demon. That's what she is. But I really do appreciate this demon coming on here. Go Rams! Minchie! What's happening with you, Minchie? What's going on?
Not much. Just been working, holidays, all kind of fun. And played some Valhalla yesterday, but
Valhalla is great.
Yeah, getting killed every time. That's why I'm called Mitchie Dies a lot. I die a lot. But otherwise, and I played The Lake on Game Pass. That's interesting.
Nice.
And that pedestrian game. That's just a little weird, but it's okay. But yeah, that's all I've been up to.
Okay. All right. Straight to the point. Yeah, I thought you was going to give me some slander, but you didn't. So it's all good.
I'll save that for later.
Oh, yeah, because because you got a week off. You don't, so next week is when it's really gonna go down, and I'm gonna get a lot of hate mail from Minchie, especially if my Rams lose in the first round. They better not, man, y'all better not lose to the Cardinals, even though that game scares the hell out of me. But
go Bucks.
Oh, bro. Hey, Bucks gonna have a problem, man. I really do think that run game's gonna, I don't know, man. Bucks should just dominate, but
hey, we already beat them. We already beat them this year. We ain't worried about them.
You ain't worried about them? Okay. All right. Okay. Nice. That man's confident. He said Tom Brady going to get that ring again.
I mean, I definitely would like at least one of my receivers back, between the hurt one and the crazy one. But
well, the crazy one's going.
You're not getting the crazy one back.
Hey, the crazy one said the coach said he's not.
He's selling NFTs now. He ain't coming back.
He ain't coming back.
He dropped the mixtape right after he left the game. I was like,
right.
What?
Yeah, dude. After Buffett, I think that was his name. The crazy dude that was with the Bengals. After he laid that wood to him in that playoff game, yeah. After he laid that wood to him, man, he ain't really been the same, bro.
He definitely got CTE.
He got
changed his life.
Man, he got hit so bad, man. It looked like his soul went out his body.
Have you heard him talk? Crazy. Like he talked like a boxer that's been boxing too long.
Yeah, bro. He's a little nutty, man. He is definitely a little bit nutty, man. So big shout out to the nutty dude out there that's over there. I mean, I don't know.
I heard he hollering at women that lick toilets.
Oh Lord have mercy. All right. You already getting started, aren't you?
He started. Yeah, he took that first shot.
He took that first shot. Oh man! And last but not least, man, our girl, man. You know what? She was over here, wanted to talk about some breakfast. She was hyped. She said she made a couple of mimosas and some pigs in a blanket. You know what I'm saying? Man, that sounds so delicious. You know what I'm saying? Breakfast for dinner is always number one. What up, D? How you doing? How's everything been going, man?
It's going. I'm okay.
Okay.
Just working. I got back into Forbidden City, and it's getting juicy.
I've heard a lot of good things about that game.
It's well, I didn't think I was good at time loop, doodads, but I stuck with this one, and the commentary is pretty cool. Like, the dialogue and stuff, even though your character doesn't speak, the lines are like be witty, and I like that. So I'm getting deeper into like the mystery, and it's really engaging. I was stressed, but it was like a good stress, like anticipation of like what's gonna happen next, and what are you gonna do. So it's a really good game. If you haven't checked it out, recommend. Just something a little different. But yeah, that's it. Just working and chillaxing, playing a little bit of everything, old and new.
Yeah, no, I seen you post some hotness on Gears. So I'm like, all right, go ahead. Yeah.
You played Gears with her yet?
I did.
Yes.
Ooh,
it was a Festivus miracle.
Oh, listen to that. Yes, I did.
Festivus miracle. Yeah.
And we waiting to set up so we can play some Gears 5 together. Or some Hive Busters, whichever ones you want to play. You know what I'm saying? It's all good. You know what I'm saying?
Open invitation.
All I want to do is be Twinkie. That's it. Or what's that Robot's name? Jack, but I call him Twinkie from Buck Rogers. Beep. Twinkie gets down.
Yeah, you old.
I don't know what that is.
Hey,
I don't know what that is.
You're talking about Buck Rogers. You are old.
Buck Rogers. Hey, man. Buck Rogers. Hey, man. Battlestar Galactica was
Callie Rex probably doesn't even know who Buck Rogers was.
I don't know who that is. I don't know.
I don't know who that is. Yep.
Man, come on, man. Y'all don't know who Buck Rogers is?
I've heard the name.
Not at all. Nope.
Bro. Okay, so y'all have seen Battlestar Galactica, right?
Nope.
No.
That show came out in the 2000s. So listen, come on now. All right,
well, there's an older one in the 80s.
I saw the movie.
Well, there's an older one. No, well, was there a Battlestar Galactica movie?
Wait, that was Stargate. That was Stargate. My bad.
Oh, bro. All right, man. Listen, you'll be calling me, man. Look, Buck Rogers gave birth to Battlestar Galactica because that's what it was. Buck Rogers, and then and I think they had a Twinkie on Battlestar, on the newer Battlestar Galactica. Y'all got to let me know in the chat. I don't know. I can't remember because I didn't really watch it because Buck Rogers wasn't in it. You know what I'm saying? So, all right, let's get to these topics before somebody else call me old again.
You're old. There. Said
it. I'm sorry.
Oh my gosh. All right. So Stalker 2 is delayed until December. I've seen some people over here going crazy talking about like now Xbox doesn't have any games. They're starting to start that back again by trying to say that Xbox doesn't have any games until the end of the year now. Because of Starfield, Redfall, Starfield, pretty sure Motorsport will be coming sometime probably at the end of the year as well. And then now you got Stalker coming in December. So let's go straight to Tsunami, man. Hey, what do you think, man? Is this a bad look for Xbox in this from having this delay? Or do you think that, as usual, that the crazy fan base is lost their damn minds again?
I mean, you can spin it to be that way, but I'll say this. As long as they keep me fed with Game Pass games that I'm interested in, I don't care if the games are exclusive. I just want games on Game Pass. So you see already this month they're dropping stuff in that, already they're coming out with a whole bunch of stuff. And as long as this keeps going, then I'm fine with it. I mean, I know stuff gets delayed. I didn't think it's going to be that long. But shit, there's going to be, from what I understand, Microsoft has apparently billions of dollars to tap into that they haven't even tapped into for Game Pass games. And so when there's a big game coming out, I want to see Microsoft say, hey, let's put you in the service if we can. And as long as they're doing stuff like that, I'm cool with it. Like, I got by last year without a lot of first party games, and I was perfectly fine. I was playing games and loving them. I was loving PlayStation games on Game Pass. So, like I said, as long as they keep Game Pass fed, I don't care if they're exclusives or not. But as far as the look about it, I mean, it's going back and forth. Like, okay, PlayStation, they just went through it. Xbox, they went through it earlier last year, and then I guess maybe we'll go through this year again. But if you think about not even that long ago, Xbox went like years without games. I can do it a couple months. So, and that's to say, who's to say Stalker's even good or not? Like, I just want to have choices. And like I said, Game Pass is the thing that's going to keep me fed, because if one of the other side's games is bad, they're going to have to wait another 6 months for the next chance to have a good game. So I don't think it's going to be bad. It's just, nothing's guaranteed out here. And as long as you have, things to keep you occupied, I don't care about one particular exclusive.
All right. Great point. Collie Rex, what about you, man? What's your thoughts about this? Is this a setback for Xbox after having a great year last year?
You can't really look at it as a setback, because I mean, it's not like it's being made by like a first party studio, because the studio is like a second party. So they're just working on the game, and it sucks that it won't come out anytime soon. And for fans of the game, because there's a lot of fans, especially on PC, that played the first game, it's gonna suck. But hey, you gotta let them do their magic, get this game right, and But I honestly think the wait isn't going to be bad, because this is probably them trying to remove those NFTs from the game that they announced earlier last year, or not that long ago. So as long as they remove that, people will be happy about that, and you won't hear any more complaining, probably, if the game ends up being good.
Okay. All right. Great point. What about you, D? What's your thoughts about this, man, with the Stalker setback? Was this a game that you was looking forward to, or is this just, again, people taking things out of proportion and trying to make this out to be something bigger than it really actually is?
I was going to touch on the NFT thing, because I think that was my first thought when I saw that it was delayed, especially a substantial enough delay. I think it is 8 months, if I'm not mistaken, 8-ish. That was my first thought. But after that thought, it was basically, people are just full of shit. I'm sorry to say it, but it's the truth, because like we've been saying since 2020, people were saying Cyberpunk just needs to release, and then it released. People shat on it. Then they showed Halo. Oh, they're gonna delay it. It looks like shit. They delayed it. Oh, Xbox has nothing. They're delaying it. Game comes out to rave reviews. They're silence. I just feel like the people that are making a huge deal that don't have legitimate concerns about it aren't people who are going to play it anyway. Same way that a good chunk of people talking shit about Cyberpunk hadn't even played it. So I feel like this 8 months, for people that are looking forward to the game, it's going to suck. Just like Saints Row was coming out next month, that's not coming out till August. I think it's unfortunate that, people that were looking forward to it in April don't have that now. But I feel like from what I've personally seen, most people are understanding about it. As far as the argument that Xbox doesn't have anything till later in the year, again, same with other companies. PlayStation didn't have anything for the holiday season, and there was silence about it. So it's people are just going to talk because they can. I was looking forward to it only because it was something new, and I finally got an external drive, so I'm just downloading haphazardly, so I don't really have to be mindful of space anymore. So in that regard, I was looking forward to it, but there's just so much other stuff right now that's coming out that I have to look forward to, because by the time I think Stalker comes out, I want to say Redfall will be out. We don't know about a solid date for Forza Motorsport. We don't have a solid date for State of Decay 3. Saints Row is coming out in August, so it's on my radar, but if they are willing to take a look at it and be like, yes, we need to change this, I applaud them for that, because you don't want to disappoint people that are like huge fans of the franchise. Unlike some companies that are just like, yeah, we know y'all hate NFTs, we're doing that shit anyway, get used to it. So
yeah, okay, all right, okay. What about you, Ham Solo? What do you think? What's your thoughts about this? Is this one of those kind of missed moments or opportunities for Xbox with having this delay for a game that's been popular on the PC space? Now it's coming to console, and it's a timed exclusive, and it's a big, huge AAA title. Is this one of those things where Xbox is going to get criticized for this?
As a consumer, I mean, this is why I personally preach, get as many console types as you can so you're always eating. Doesn't really matter, doesn't really bother you. Thinking of it as in a business standpoint for Xbox, I don't think this is a big deal for them, because this keeps shade away from a bad game being on Game Pass. So not a big deal for Xbox at all. But one thing I did want to bring up is that I think this is kind of a bad look for Stalker. Because I'm one of those people that was really excited for this game to come out and everything. I heard about the NFT thing, wasn't a big fan of that, but is what it is. But then they said they were taking it off, and I was like, all right, that's cool. Well, seems like they're still kind of ready. I felt like at that time they could have said, we're taking off the NFTs and we need more time to work on this game. I feel like that would have made a little bit more sense than to make them two separate things, like it was a surprise that it's not ready yet or anything like that. Because now we're what, 2.5, less than 3 months away from when it was gonna actually launch. So you knew it wasn't ready. I'm not sure if there was an argument between, investors and the developers on what's going to go on. And they're like, yo, don't Square Enix us with Outriders got, you know what I'm saying? So, I mean, as a gamer, I'm excited that they're kind of making sure that it's polished. But then I'm a little frustrated as well, because it's man, you're going to drop around the same time as Starfield. Redfall's already going to be out. Who knows if God of War is going to come out. You think dropping around this time was rough? Good luck dropping at the end of the year when you have some of the most iconic IPs dropping. Have
you
fun
really
with
think
that.
God of War is going to drop at the end of the year? That's just not Sony. I mean, I understand that Sony feels pretty confident, but Sony wants to get the biggest buck that they can. And if it's not coming out anytime within the first part of the year, you think that they will drop it at the end of the year?
I feel like they'll either drop it right before Christmas, kind of like a Halo kind of thing, or they're gonna do what they did with Horizon Forbidden West and drop it in February and just kind of let the supply constraints kind of relax a little bit. But yeah, I mean, going back to Stalker, yeah, it's just kind of a not good look for Stalker more than it is for Xbox. Xbox is just he's just the mailman. Game Pass is just the mailman. They're delivering the mail. If the game is completely done or not, that's on the developer. What was it called? Dungeons and Dragons, Outriders. That game being in the state that it came out in, that's not Xbox's fault. That's not a first party game. They're just delivering the mail. So, I mean, if the game sucks, it ain't Game Pass's fault. Game Pass shelled out a whole bunch of money. So I'm sure the people at Game Pass are playing the game and seeing how broken and stuff is. And they're like, I mean, just like a consumer, what the fuck did I just pay for?
Yeah, no, I can feel you on that. Now, another thing too, before I move on to Mitchie, is this thing with the what is it called? The NFTs or NTFs or whatever. I don't even know what they're actually called. NFTs.
Non-fungible token.
Yeah, I see a lot of people get into a big funk about it. I personally don't know enough about it. And I'm pretty sure there's other people that don't really know that much about it. They may have done some research. And some do sound crazy, and others doesn't sound as bad. This one in Stalker didn't sound that bad, just for the mere fact because it's one of those things where it's no different to me. I was having this discussion with Don. Like if somebody wants to buy a certain type of car, not everybody can buy that car, but if they only got like 100 in the world and those 100 people pick it, should the car company be punished because they've only made a car that is 100, they only made 100 of these special type of cars? Now, again, I understand that with certain other things, I've seen like one of the voice actors got himself some funk because of it, and he's selling his voice or whatever. There'll be people that'll definitely exploit it. But like for the situation with Stalker, it was a really cool thing. Like if you had the bread to go ahead and fly out there to where that studio is, and they get your likeness, and then you're an NPC in there, and you're pretty tough, and you can kind of make a couple of them within the game, and that doesn't change anything within the game's perspective of how people play it. I don't see anything wrong with that. I don't know. What do you guys think about this?
NFTs is a touchy subject because it's basically digital ownership.
Right.
The thing that comes to be touchy about it is we already don't like cosmetics that we have to pay for. Now imagine you owning the color green, or there's a special event, and there's certain people that get this thing, and it's kind of like Roblox, where now there's an economy for these things, and it becomes toxic, and there's going to be cheaters, and there's going to be a lot of stuff that's stolen, and it's like DLC cosmetics, but on a whole nother scale. So it's a touchy subject. I'm not with it or against it just yet.
Right.
But I do know how predatory some companies can be when it comes to cosmetics. If you look at a game like Star Citizen, like they can sell a ship as an NFT, and you have the only ship, and it has all this stuff, and then somebody comes and steals it from you, and that's real life money, and there's a whole bunch of stuff that comes to it because it's digital ownership. So it's not like it's going to be a one-off thing that everybody can just get. NFT is typically one of one. So it's going to be interesting how they implement it in games, or it can be the complete opposite, and it just flops and they're worth nothing. So I don't know.
No, and I agree with that. That's what I'm saying. Like I don't know enough to be on one or the other side. Like I've read some things where it sounded pretty shady, and then I've read some things like I'm like that don't seem too bad. I just don't want the gaming community to go up in an uproar like they did about DRM. And now nobody don't talk about DRM because DRM is in any and damn near everything that you play now. So,
well, I guess the only thing about DRM is that it's a broad brush. With NFTs,
right.
If you saw something in the game and you had to buy it and there was only one, guess what? Next time you're not going to buy it again because it's always going to be somebody else. Now you're not getting anything unless you're willing to spend big money. So it gets
it's a slippery slope. I know, I get that. Like there are people that's going to definitely try to exploit it. I mean, we've seen where EA tried to take it to the next level with Battlefront 2, and then that nipped it in the bud. So I understand gamers will nip things in the bud once it goes too far. The thing for me is just like I think that gamers need to just wait instead of just starting to come out with pitchforks and torches and talk about like, well, this needs to end now. We need to know how this can be looked at and how this can be regulated, and then go from there. But no, I'm with you on that. It could definitely be a slippery slope for
regulation is the hard part because you can resell that asset once it's yours. It's in a blockchain.
Right,
and the blockchain, is a thing that you can pass on and sell. So it's going to be a lot of.
The blockchain within of itself is controversial too. So
So I definitely need to know more about it. All right, so Mitchie, what do you think about this whole situation with Stalker, man? Is this one of these games that you were anticipating yourself, or is this a big deal? Like, I mean, because there were really people out there trying to make this out to say like, oh man, this is a big fail for Xbox because it was the first big title that was coming out at the beginning of this year.
I don't think it's a big deal for them. And what's the saying? No delay is a bad delay, right?
Right.
So if it's delayed, I don't think it's going to come out in December though. I think it's gonna flip to 23, maybe like January, February of 23. I mean, I don't think it's gonna come out in December. December is not normally a good time to come out. I mean, Halo did okay, but usually games don't come out then. So I don't think it's gonna come out in December.
Well, okay. So the last big game I could think of that came out in December was Rainbow Six Siege, and that game sold awful in December.
Well, no, Cyberpunk.
And it was broken too, wasn't it?
That's right. Cyberpunk did. Yes,
Siege was broken too, wasn't it?
Well, no, I don't know if Siege was broken. I think Siege was fine. It just didn't have enough content. And then it just came in a bad time. Like there was a couple of other games that came out. I think there was also the Dead Rising game that came out the same month too, and they both just absolutely just dogged it. And I'm trying to think, did the Tomb Raider for the PlayStation drop in December as well? But there was a couple of games that came. Yeah, I think
the anniversary I think did maybe.
Yeah, and all of those games did awful. But now, of course, we look and see Rainbow Siege is Rainbow Six Siege is nuts now, and so.
Well, I think the time's a little bit different. Just because digital is so big, whereas before they try to get you before the Black Friday rush. People went to the stores to buy games. Now most games are bought digital, so I don't see the rush as much as long as you get it before Christmas. Because like I said, Cyberpunk is as bad as the reception it got. It's sold like crazy. So
yeah, no, it went crazy. So again, like I don't know, but Mitchie, I think that you might be onto something. I mean, Halo can get away with it because it's Halo. Even if they drop God of War in December, God of War can get away with it.
I don't see that happening either.
No.
I think that's going to drop in September when they said. Because I don't really see that they have too much to do for that because they're using old assets, right?
Right.
They're not using new assets.
Yeah, no doubt about it. Like that, I think Forbidden West is going to be the bigger game than God of War this time around, in my opinion. Just because you can look and tell that there's been crazy, significant an overhaul in some cases.
Like the scope of the game.
Yeah, the scope of the game just looks and feel. I mean, well, I haven't felt it yet, but the game looks so much more polished. It looks so much better.
And you can tell Sony loves it too.
Oh yeah, well, it looks dope. I mean, I'm actually very, very hyped about the game. But I'm anticipating God of War because I was not on board with the new God of War, and then I played it, and then big shout out to Sin Vendetta for hooking me up with the game, and then I'm like, okay, all right, I'm back on the God of War bandwagon. So I am anticipating this game more for myself, but I do feel that the more and more that I see about for Forbidden West, that this game probably will definitely be the bigger game, and this game will be more like a continuance or like a expansion of the last God of War. Not so much anything too crazy.
Or you
just called it a DLC,
like the next rather than the evolution of God of War.
Right. Like that's how I kind of look at this God of War. So yeah, I can see September, but if it doesn't drop in October, by the first half of October, that's all she wrote. It's not going to because you got to go again because Call of Duty is still in PlayStation's wheelhouse. Then I don't know when they're going to drop Tokyo Ghostwire. So
no one else does either.
Or Ghostwire Tokyo, but it's supposed to be sometime this year. But
isn't Harry Potter supposed to drop this year too? Or
I thought it got delayed.
Maybe.
Oh. Maybe. Who's the director for the new God of War? What has he worked on previously?
That I don't know. If anybody in chat would
I forgot his name.
Let us know, because I know it is in because it isn't Cory Borog this time. It's somebody else. Right. So
I forgot his name.
Yeah. So I don't know. So we got no. It's all right. But yeah, no, I don't know. Like I want to see what this direction is. I don't know.
Hopefully they don't Star Wars it and mess with the second one.
No, because also like I don't know if they'll end the it might, because I'm thinking it's going to be a trilogy, but from what I've read that it's not going to be a trilogy.
No, I know. It's just more so like, when you change directors and, in the same story, sometimes the next director has alternate, ideas of how the story should go and end. And, with the last Star Wars trilogy, it kind of ruined Star Wars for a lot of people. And so I'm just hoping that I hope the idea that Cory Barlog, put forward is still going to be the same kind of, ideas that the next, director is going to have.
Yeah, no, I totally agree. So we'll see. We'll definitely see. All right, as for me, I mean, look, I don't look at it as look. I think when people start grasping the straws, wanting talking about games or console failed because of the delay, especially when PlayStation last gen did all these delays, and then they already started with this generation with delays. You can't open your mouth and start talking about, well, no, man, you know what? It's delays are good.
I think the last 5 PlayStation games were delayed.
Yeah, they all were delayed. They all were delayed. So again, like delays are a good thing. People wish that Cyberpunk got delayed for the most part. I'm trying to think of the other games that should have got a delay. I mean, listen,
we got with Halo. Halo looked crazy last time we saw it. Then it came out and it was great.
Yeah, it was great. It was great. But I mean, because of the content that Halo needed, it could have baked in the oven for another year. But you know what I'm saying? But but people keep trying to put the pressure on developers, not only the gaming public, but also the publishers themselves be trying to put that pressure on them. And then when the product comes out, then they're looking at the studio crazy, and they try to tell you like, look, man, this shit wasn't ready. Like, what were we supposed to do? You wanted it out that bad. The public wants it out that bad. Then, that's why I love what Phil's strategy was with not showing games too early, because you do that and then you're going to have another Crackdown 3 situation or Scalebound. And we don't want to see those situations again. Oh my God, I miss Scalebound so much. I want Scalebound back. Yeah, anyway.
You're not getting Scalebound.
I can only dream. All right, so let's move on to the next topic. All right, so PlayStation is producing 1 million PS4 consoles, and it's got the internet is over here has been tripping. And listen, I've even taken a couple of shots, only just because there were so many people trying to badmouth.
Shots of liquor or
no. I tell you, no, not shots of liquor yet. You know what I'm saying? But
that's fun kind of shots. That's not the kind of fun that's on Twitter.
No, I took a shot, and then I had a couple. I had Brap come to me. It's like, see, this is what I don't like about the community, because they sit here and they want to go into this isn't console war, because I took a shot. I didn't say anything disrespectful to anybody. Only thing I just said was that, look, it looks like while one company is moving forward, while Xbox is discontinued the Xbox One, PlayStation is still going backwards and now giving out more PlayStation 4s at this point. Now, that to me is just to go at the stands that went crazy and it was trying to talk about generations matter and all of that. To me, overall, I don't give a damn. But it's not about what I think. It's about what you guys think on the panel. So let me go ahead and go to you on this one, Callie Rex. What does this mean? I mean, well, we kind of understand what it's about, but if you have any more information, or what's your thought process behind PlayStation upping up the PlayStation 4s? Why do you think that they did that? And also, was it a good idea for them to go the route that they were with the whole generation situation, while Xbox went with the 2 SKUs like PlayStation did last gen? Should a PlayStation try to play that again, going instead of how they approached this generation, in your opinion?
I mean, there's not really too much to think about, because honestly, the PS4 was successful. They're still trying to continue like as much success as they can with that console until it dries up. They did that with the PS2. They did that with the PS3. They continued making those consoles until like way past when their lifespans ended. So that's what they're doing with the PS4 currently. But Honestly, I think what is hurting them is that they did come out and say that they believe in generations, that they would just support the PS5, because everyone's just kind of using that against them. So, I mean, not really good look for you when you kind of go against like what you said. But it's nothing bad. I mean, the PS4, they still are making games for it, so it's like people can still enjoy some games even if they can't get it on the PS5. But I mean, they kind of have done the 2 SKU system with the diskless PS5 and the disc version for the PS5. So
but that thing is a unicorn. You can't find that thing. The only person I know is Dark Optimist that has one. I don't know anybody else that has one.
I have one too, man.
Okay, so it's only for California.
Those things are like 3080s. They exist, but they don't.
Right, like those things are unicorns. So it's 2 people so far that I know that got them. That's the PlayStation 5 that I want. I
remember I was listening to one of those analysis guys that the stock, and he is like, we have the numbers for all the PlayStations that come in, and out of so and so many thousand PlayStations that are coming in, we're only getting so and so 100 digitals. So like it'd be like 13,000 to like 800. Like it's so low.
That's nuts. But go ahead, Callie. What do you think?
Yeah, honestly, I think that they're probably just going to try to get rid of as much stock as they have for the PS4, because they probably do have some leftovers. So they're probably just trying to sell that off while they can at least make some stock for the PS5. Because we all know that chip shortage is really hurting Sony with the PS5. I don't know how badly it is affecting Xbox with their consoles, but with Sony, it's pretty obvious they can't really meet the demand that's out there. They're trying their best though, but yeah, I think that's probably why like this even became big at all, was because just like everyone's trying to get a PS5 but can't. So yeah, they're just trying to sell PS4s to people now.
They said, well, we believe in generations, and then they said, man, that chip shortage, we don't have them conductors.
Yeah, I mean it's really hurting people. It's not just it's not even just Sony. It's hurting every company.
No. It is, no doubt about it. But I mean, I said this on Next Podcast last night. I mean, like, Sony knew this beforehand. Like, Sony was talking about the chip shortage before Jim Ryan had to backtrack what he said about generations. So I don't understand it. Why did he even open their mouth? Why they just didn't wait until they see if they were going to have enough PlayStation 5s available, and then say, and just say, look, well, I mean, we still have PlayStation 4s available. These games are going to be cross-play, blah, blah, blah. Nobody would have been tripping out about it. But because they made this point of view, and they got their fan base, that's the stands, to go crazy and try to throw that back at the gaming community. Now it's like, why? I don't know. Let me just go ahead and get your thoughts on this, Ham Solo. What do you think about this situation, man?
I mean, I'm not surprised that they're doing something like this right now because, chip shortages, like everybody else said. But I mean, it is a bad look. Like, let's call an L an L, and it is what it is. I mean, they can't produce, and a lot of other companies are having the same issue. But Xbox decided to take half of their console, or like half of what it takes to run the Series X and and make a Series S out of it, so they can keep supply. It's just kind of weird that people feel some type of way about it. But I mean, Jim Ryan did kind of put his foot in his mouth when he said what he said. It is what it is now. We know companies are going to do what they got to do to get money, and this is their way to get money in a period of a shortage. So that's my thoughts.
All right. Okay. What about you, D? What is your thoughts about this situation, man? I mean, look, we've been on the net. We've been looking at people going here trying to, they've been damage controlling, but man, it ain't working, Jack. It ain't working. I mean, what do you think?
I am a big advocate and I guess mouthpiece for cause and effect. I've been saying it for a while. This is a direct consequence of expectations. I want to say I said it before. They shot themselves in the foot. When the PS5 was first introduced, I don't know about when the chip shortage was happening. I don't remember. Everything in the last like 20 months is a blur for me, so I can't tell you the exact point. But I do remember watching when it was introduced and the hype that was, going around it. They're about to show it. It was really exciting, all of that. And as a PS4 owner, where, the PlayStation, I get my stuff, mid generation, so I'm not really in a rush. The vibe and aura of that presentation was like, look, if you want this new shit, that dusty ass PS4 gotta go. Just the hotness. We ain't doing shit but hotness. Get into it. And even though I'm, a mid generation PlayStation owner, even I was like, damn, that should look good. I gotta figure this shit out. I gotta whatever is going on, I gotta figure out so I can get this PS5.
Yeah, you was like, I need it.
Hold on. I need it at some point because there's certain things that I need. Yeah. I still have reservations because I need more insight. But even I, who doesn't, I have multiple consoles. I was like, dang, it's not gonna be a priority, but as soon as I'm able, I'm copping it. To have this, one thing that I don't like is like, you ever have that person, your kid, your friend, whoever, where like they're talking a big game, they talking all this stuff, and then you like, I don't think that's a good idea. They're like, nah, I'm going with it. And then slowly but surely, you're like, hey, are you doing that thing that I told you? It's just like, yeah. And it's just like, so you're not even going to acknowledge the fact that, to me, there's no acknowledgement. It's like you kind of slap people in the face that the PS4 is about to be obsolete, get this PS5, and then slowly but surely, it's like, ooh, so a lot of y'all don't have the PS5, even though we're selling it like hotcakes. So, I mean, I guess we can put it on PS4 so y'all can play it. I guess. But if you want it on PS5 eventually, you got to pay upcharge. And now it's like, dang, we can't sell you these games with the best experience because being sold as the best experience is going to be on PS5, which is understandable because it's better hardware, make no mistake. But now it's to the point like, oh, shit, we already stopped production on the PS4. People gave the PS4s up, like, they're having issues with them. Let's just go ahead and, remake them. Me personally, and I don't know if it's just because I'm the kind of person where like I take people's word as what it is because I try to be very deliberate with my words and I expect it with other people. I am just shocked at this point that there wasn't any kind of statement like, look, y'all, we're going to be transparent. This is not what we expected. We wanted our product to be readily available. It's not, to accommodate, this rough time. This is what we're doing. We want you, our gamers, to be satisfied. This is what we're doing. We'll keep you updated. There's none of that. It's just, all right, we're producing it. Okay, these games are good. We're gonna make sure that these games are on the PS4. And it's just like, I don't understand. But I'm never gonna understand. I've gotten to that point since the consoles released in late 2020. I'm never gonna understand. I don't know why being transparent is seen as a weakness almost with your consumers. I like being an informed customer, whether it's gaming, a car. Like I like being informed before forking my money over or being persuaded to do so. So I think this is a good step for them. All that being said, I think trying to do something to accommodate, your fan base to make sure that they can actually consume your product since your newest product isn't available is a sign of we screwed up. But they're not going to say that. They're basically just going to do what they can to mediate this chip shortage, scalping, these hard times. But to me, it's a band-aid fix because they're never going to admit their mistakes or take any kind of feedback of like what they can do. Because from what I'm hearing this week, they don't take feedback very well as far as like, hey, we should do this. They're like, money, no. Not doing
that. No, not that much. No.
We're not doing that. So I don't know. I don't see how producing more PS4s, especially at $299, is going to alleviate anything. But I will say it's really early in the year. The last time I saw PS4s on sale, it was $250 and it came with 3 games. So I don't know. It shows there's some effort there, but I'm not sure.
I just make money off on the software side. That's where all these companies make the money off of.
Right.
True.
No, I
but it's not
agree with that.
Yeah. I mean, I guess you don't have to charge the $70 because this is not the latest and greatest. But I mean, to me, it's all cause and effect. All the type on the system.
Now I was waiting for somebody to go there, but now you get into the nitty gritty of what I'm thinking about is because you got all these PlayStation 4s out here. People will buy these games on the PlayStation 4 if they don't have a PlayStation 5. But when they eventually start bringing those PlayStation 5s out, they're going to charge those people that extra money.
Yeah, I can't transfer it over. That's the other part that kind of I was almost being messy. And
or you could just pay the $70 and be able to play it on PS4 and PS5.
But what if the game doesn't come with that? That's how I was going to be messy because there's a game that somebody was advertising, and I was just like, so I can pop the $60 PS4 game in and play it on PS5, but I cannot pop the PS5 disc in the PS4. And that's where I had my reservation. And people were like,
you can for some games. It just depends on the developer. Because recently, it was Final Fantasy VII remake. They updated it recently for the PS Plus owners who collected the PS4 version, and now for anybody who has that, they can automatically just make it to the PS5 version now.
So but you have to have PSN
Plus.
No, you don't have to have PS Plus. That's just for that game because that was one of the games they gave out for PS Plus. But some games do let you turn it into the PS5 version.
Well, yeah, but you still have to pay for it though. But you still have to pay
only some games, not all games.
No, I'm talking about the PlayStation first party games, not about.
Yeah. You do have to pay for those.
You got to pay for those. Yeah.
Like if I put a disc, would it automatically read? I don't know. I'm not gonna lie.
No, it shows you if it's the PS4 version or if it's the PS5. It'll show you when you put it in. It actually tells you like which version you want to download. So
okay, there it is. Okay,
but you see right now, this is the issue though. This is the issue though, that there's no clarity. There, I mean, you have to like ask a person that knows something. Like, why can't it just be upfront? Like, this is what you can do. This is the resources that we have. We're building from our mistake, and like, because you look back not that long ago. What was it, like August, September, when they were talking about Horizon Forbidden West? You can get the PS5 version, you can get the PS4 version for $80. You can play on both. Like, what the hell is that? Like, do you really want to pay $80 now because you bought a PS4 in anticipation to get a? I mean, that's like getting, dude. How many different ways are you going to charge me?
Right.
That's what I'm saying. That's exactly what I'm saying.
Where's
the clarity?
What you're saying. Yeah. No, you're right. Go ahead, D. I'm sorry.
No, that was also my concern because like Lemon was saying previously, some of us are like, all right, the game comes out, $70, I'll just buy 2 of them, $150, after tax. That's not the case for everybody. So I feel like nowadays people have to be more mindful of like how they're spending, because that whole previous conversation we just had, if I don't have the PS5 on the PS4 version, it's based game by game. I have to be particular with how I go about it. Am I willing to wait until I get the PS5 and just buy on the newer system, or am I impatient? Do I pay my $60 now and then pay whatever later to get it on the new system. And that's where I'm just like, there's nothing consistent, there's nothing clear. And it's just like I said previously, whenever there's some kind of change, the same method of getting the original word out is not the same way that the clarity comes through. So you come through and say, we're going to tell you when it's pre-ordered. Jeff Keighley out here bumping the guns talking about something, go get it now. There's a change with what games are going to be available, and you're posting a blog. Like, you're not even on Twitter. You're not going to your major outlets to get the word out, which it, to me, feels like, not to like quote my mama, but it feels like you're throwing the stone and then hiding your hand a little bit. And it's just like,
we are in different times, so just like the messaging could get spread around quickly once other like outlets or something picks up like the message. It's not like it's going to take forever for people to actually find this information out.
But why the information can't just be
out?
clear?
Like, let it be out.
Yeah,
I think that's just I just think that that's just them being lazy.
Well, on purpose though. They're being lazy on purpose. Ooh. That's the problem. But that's a that's still.
I don't think it's lazy. I think they're just as intentional. It's not.
I think so too. Intentional.
Yeah, me too. Yeah, I think it's intentional as hell. I think they knew what they were doing, and then for them, this is the problem for me overall. Is from when they went and doubled down after the PlayStation community, forget the Xbox, Nintendo, or PC community, when the PlayStation community got in that ass about the way that they were, of what they promised about, if you got a PlayStation 4, you upgrade to the PlayStation 5, all of your PlayStation 4 games that you own will be free. And
I forgot about that.
And then they came back and was like, all right, we'll do this for Forbidden West, but after that, don't come to us about nothing else, about nothing.
I forgot about that.
Yeah, so
I forgot about that.
I mean, I'm like,
quality.
If Xbox did that, bro, if Xbox did that, people in the chat, please let us know. People, you know what I'm saying? People on the panel. If Xbox came up there, listen, you see what when Xbox tried to pull the slick one on our ass about with the games of gold. Yeah, with the gold.
Day. That shit was a day.
Day. Xbox like, nah. Shit's too good now. Shit's too good. We was on a high from the VGAs. We ain't nah.
Don't do that. Don't
do that. Phil make that call. Like who? Yeah, no.
Which one y'all getting fired?
Work, yeah, no. You know what? No, Phil knew what was going on. I don't. You know what I'm saying? That was all planned. They thought that they could sneak that shit over, and Xbox games like, nah, man, y'all, nah. we loving this new vibe with Xbox right now, but now don't try to play coy with us. So I don't know, but Mitchie, what's your thoughts about this whole situation with PlayStation? Just with everything that we just kind of put in together. Like, I mean, the PS4 is out there, the lack of giving information about their upgrade system, all of that. What do you think?
I think that, I mean, they want to sell consoles, but they can't sell their current ones because they can't make them.
Right.
So they're in kind of a pickle. So whoever makes their PS4s has the plans and obviously the silicon to make the PS4s. So I guess you got to do what you got to do. And no matter if you're making less, you're still selling consoles. You're still good, and people are still looking for PS4s too, amazingly enough. And because on eBay they're selling for a mint. I thought about getting one.
I was going to talk about that. I was waiting for my turn, but go ahead.
Oh man!
And they still, and I didn't get a PS4 before. I might get one now because they're going to make more. Not quite certain, but maybe we'll see. And but I don't know. You just got to do what you got to do. It's all business, and they're not transparent. They'll never be transparent. That's not how they are. They don't say much. They only say it when it's needed, and they don't see that it's needed very often. So it's they're them. Xbox is Xbox. You got to accept them for who they are, and accept that they're not going to tell you until what they feel like they should. That's
pretty
all
much.
I got.
Yeah, no, that was straight. All right, Tsunami, what's up, man? I mean, let us know, man. So how much are the PlayStation 4s are selling at a higher price than what they're supposed to now, or what? What's going on now?
I done talked about this on Twitter. I done posted it. I done talked about it in Spaces. I saw this last week on Spawnwave's channel, I believe. He said he wanted to buy a PS4 to break down and do some like homebrew hacking type stuff, or whatever case. He said he was shocked to find out that these were selling for more than the MSRP for used PlayStations. And then he said he went and checked just to, see what was going on with the Xbox. And he said it was the same case. These consoles, like a PS4 Pro, is selling for like $430, $450. Yes, more than PlayStation 5 digitals, right? Xboxes, they're the Xbox One X's, same kind of situation. And so, like, all of these old used consoles are selling for more than the MSRPs. So a couple of things. I think that Sony sees this and said, "How are they selling our shit used for more than our next gen consoles are selling for?" Crank the old ones back up. Let's keep making them old ones right real quick, because like they can legit still sell these things and people are looking for them because they can't find new ones. And I don't know what happened to the 120 million that bought them the first time.
Right.
But apparently, I guess they got kids now.
No, they traded them. They traded them in.
Yeah,
remember?
Traded them in. Yeah, they all traded them in, expecting he's going to get a PS5. Whatever case it is, they ain't got more, and they're trying to get them back. The same thing happened to GPUs. Like I said, people sold their 2080 Ti's to going to get a 3080. Psych, they don't exist. So Sony sees this and they say, "Hey, you know what? This game is still coming out for PlayStation 4. Let's go ahead and give them some more consoles, and we could probably sell a couple million more off of that." And so it's okay. So the whole we believe in generations thing, and the whole pump faking the fan base and all this kind of stuff. It's curious to me to say they believe in generations when they let Xbox take the fall for it, because the last, according to my knowledge, game that Xbox announced as being cross-gen was Halo. Or is it Halo? But the next 2, 3, 4, maybe even more PlayStation games are going to be cross-gen. So why say you're going to be why say we believe in generations and you're going to be cross-gen, and you're going to, when they say they want to move people over to the PS5 faster than they've moved any other console generation, over? Why? You're still making all your software for the old platforms.
They thought they could.
No. But my point is that that's what they said they wanted. And to be fair, the amount of PlayStation sold is still pretty fast, even compared to old generations. I think it outpaced the old generations. I know Xbox definitely has.
Yeah, but PlayStation has outpaced the PlayStation 4.
It's not like they're being held back compared to the PS4. No, they're doing better than the PS4 initial numbers. So what they didn't understand is that, guess what? Stop putting your foot in your mouth. These are x86 devices. They don't have to be completely rehauled from your previous generations like every other console has been. These are computers now. Imagine telling a PC player, yeah, that 2070, the 3080s, 37, they're still going to be able to be used because the architecture is the same. You're not going a whole different type of technology. And so by saying, we're going to cut off this game, I'm just like, why? Just make it lower resolution. The game can still be run, because guess what? All Xbox's games, the lowest common denominator is going to be PC, not the Series S. The lowest common denominator for PlayStation games is not going to be the SSD speeds. It's going to be that rinky-dink Radeon that's in somebody's computer from 5-6 years ago.
Right.
And so because these games can be scaled, you can have these minimum specs, but for Ratchet and Clank can play on a PS4. Don't get it twisted.
Get it twisted. Thank you.
They lied to you about Godfall only being able to run on the next gen console. They came on the PS4. These games can be run on previous generations. They flexed it to make it seem like, Xbox, they're the bad guys. They're holding games back. No,
that boy giving y'all that work. That boy giving y'all that work.
And so when all these things happen and they come back to back to back, the fan base starts to see certain things and they start to have this distrust in a company. I'm not going to say it's on the same level of Microsoft, but they're doing some Microsoft last gen shit with the stuff that they're doing to the fan base when they say, "Oh, we believe generations, okay, psych, cross gen. Oh, we get free upgrades, psych, $10 upgrades. Oh, remasters. Oh, you gotta pay for haptics and languages. Like they're
forgot about the haptics. Oh my god,
they're nickel and diming their fan base in a way that seems like suspicious, and even the fans it's getting harder for them to cap against it and make excuses for it, and so the copium is running out. These fans are starting to see it, and they're starting to say, you know what, that's bullshit. And if that happens too many more times, you're gonna have that flip with the same people that said this is bullshit when the Xbox 360 went to Xbox One, and they were doing their own little crazy stuff too. So like I said, in isolation, it's like, okay, they put their foot in their mouth, but when you do all these little things over and over again, it's going to make people start feeling edgy, where they say, you know what, this company over here, they have a better value, they tell you the truth, you know, the games are quality now, they're coming out at a better cadence. Like, let me see what they're talking about now. So I don't know. Like, I feel like this can be a slippery slope if because like they're the cocky Sony again. They're the cocky Sony again that said, get another job. And if that happens again, it's not going to be great. It's not going to be great for PlayStation.
Yeah, no, and I totally agree. Let me get to the super chats.
Disagree with that. I kind of disagree with that because
let me get to super chats first, and then you go ahead and say what you got to say. Sir Axman in the chat, man, thank you, brother. Appreciate it. He says, like I said, Sony was not ready for the generation. You did say that, brother. You definitely did. Henosis, man, what's happening with you, brother? He says, kudos, great show, everyone. I'm loving the remaster of Shadow Man. I highly recommend. Mix between Zelda and Turok, in my opinion. Yes, Shadow Man. That was a shock to see Shadow Man.
Good Turok.
Yeah. That was a shock. But go ahead, Callie. Go ahead. What was your pushback?
I was gonna say I just kind of don't disagree. It's like that bad for Sony because it's all it really has been is just like marketing talk from like Jim Ryan saying that we believe in generations. And at the end of the day, marketing talk is just marketing talk. Yeah, it's just used to push the PS5 to get people to buy it. It's not like the end all be all kind of like situation. It's not like.
Well, that's what I meant by in isolation, this is fine. But it's these little things that kind of add up that kind of makes it like, okay, you lied to me about this. Okay, you finessed me about that. Okay, you said this game was going to be a launch day game, and now it's coming out 2 years later. Like there's a whole bunch of little lies that add up to being, okay, you're just being dishonest now. And that's the part I'm talking about. I know corporate speaking. I know, the PR stuff, and you're trying to market your console. You're trying to sell as many as possible. But when the distrust happens, it happens quickly. 360 was a market leader, and overnight, that was a wrap once they stopped distrusting Microsoft. And I don't think it's going to be like that for PlayStation because I think they have a lot of, goodwill, and I don't think they're that blind. But this is going to turn some people back to, Xbox that maybe was on the fence, or maybe were casuals, or maybe, or just tired of companies, lying to them, and they have to make one choice, and they're going to go with the company they know was going to happen rather than, what they have to guess was going to happen. And like I said, in isolation, this is not a big story because, it happens with every company, but it's the little things that add up for me that kind of makes me feel like I know people that are PlayStation fans that don't trust PlayStation to the point where they bought multiple just because they didn't trust their customer support.
Right. And that to me, see, that's, you're hitting the hammer on the nail right there, is the fact that is the little white lie that keeps constantly going further and further and further. And yeah, the hardcore fan base is going to overlook anything. They're going to just put their head in the sand. But the actual consumer that pays attention to the small details, they might not know everything, but when they catch one or two things, okay, the first time you got me. The second time, no, hell no. And then when you look at the competition and see that, well, Nintendo is going to do Nintendo, but at least you can trust what they're going to do. They'll give you a product, you got it, it's there, it's going to work, boom. Now you're seeing what Xbox is doing. They're bringing in quality games on top of the fact they give you Game Pass, which that right there is a whole different animal. Plus, you also give, and look, we're in a time of inflation. People are really bitching about the inflation. Like, I mean, when you go and try to get gas or try to get some groceries, things like that, it is expensive. So you mean to tell me I get this PlayStation 4 after you told me to trade my PlayStation 4 to get a PlayStation 5, but I couldn't get one because you told me generations mattered. Now generations don't matter, so now I got to go try to get a PlayStation 4 again at a pawn shop or try to find it somewhere else, and then I got to pay more than what I paid for it previously. And then when I got this PlayStation 4, I buy the games, I'm happy. And then when I finally get one, when you finally have these PlayStation 5s out in the wild, you're going to charge me another $10 for each game that I bought with the PlayStation 4? That's where it's going to bite them in the ass. That right there. Then on top of that, you're telling me that, oh, I'm going to pay for this game again, and then you're going to tell me I got to pay more for haptic triggers? What is this?
And then take the original one off the store so you came to buy that one.
Right. I bought this PlayStation VR for $300. You know what I'm saying?
Right. You got it for cheap.
Well, it was, when it first came out, it was $5, but people didn't start buying that thing until it went down to $299. So, you know what I'm saying? So I got this PlayStation VR, but I can't connect it to the PlayStation 5? And so you're going to charge me for whatever for this new
I can't use my old controllers.
I can't use my old controllers?
Not even on my old games. Like, I have an old PS4 game, but I can't use my old controller to play that old PS4 game because haptics. Like, no, the haptics don't even exist on that old game.
Right. And if I can find a $400 PlayStation 5, let me have it. I can go all digital. And then you telling me, oh, well, like you just said, like the numbers, one out of every 13,000. Now you're telling me that I got to pay $500, then I got to buy me another PSR, then I got to pay on top of the fact for haptic triggers for the PSR 2 and for my PlayStation 5. You got to pay that extra $10 for the extra shit, and then
you got to pay for 60 frames.
and then you're going to tell me on top of that you're going to bring the same game that I bought on the PlayStation 4 in the first part of the generation, The Last of Us 2, and you're going to give me a remake?
Yeah. Like I said, it's the little thing.
Come on, man. Come on, man. No. You got.
I think I put the battery in his back real quick. My bad.
No. It's just the facts. And then on top of all this, you got people that saying, and I wanted to go there because Cali Rex kind of got. Cali Rex was in there explaining because Cali Rex has now become he's he's a PlayStation guy, but he's been playing a lot of PC lately. Like PC has now become probably his primary console or platform at the moment.
I told you not to out me, man. I told you I gotta keep that PlayStation cred up.
I know. I'm sorry. No, but he's a PlayStation guy. Don't get it wrong. Sorry, Wilmy, all the rest. He's a PlayStation dude. He's always gonna be a PlayStation dude. Okay, all right, but. The point of it, but they jumped on him because of the fact that these PlayStation games are going to be coming to PC, right? And that is another thing. This is something that I had a discussion with Mooch not too long ago.
Only on PlayStation doesn't exist anymore.
It doesn't exist anymore. And on top of that, like, just think about this now, right? Okay, instead of you can still try to promote the PlayStation 5 to be the all end all. And then if you had those PlayStation games come to PC day and date, and then gamers can see the high quality and fidelity of those PlayStation games on PC, on top of you showing them on PlayStation 5, then people are going to be like, oh yeah, I got to give me a PlayStation 5, or I got to give me a PC or build a PC or something so I can get these games. But no, they want to slow play and want to try to make people think, well, you might not get this game for 2 to 3 years or whatever, because you're going to have to get a PlayStation 5 first, but there ain't no damn PlayStation 5s out there. Yeah. Like, you know what I'm saying? Right. Or they're looking for people to double dip. And then you could probably even get away with charging $70 for some of those games if they're day and date. I don't know. The PC community is a little bit different, but but you might can get away with a couple of those games. If you had Ragnarok or Forbidden West, you might can go ahead and get that $7 cut. But the other games you might have to make, and Ghost of Tsushima and The Last of Us, those 5. Spider-Man, those games that I've just listed, they could probably go for $70. The rest of them, Returnal, all the rest of that, no. That's going to be $40.
I paid that full price. I actually like Returnal because I like the game. Paying for the games really depends on like what kind of games you like, really. Because I wouldn't pay for some games, but like other games like Returnal, I would pay for because I'm a huge roguelike fan.
Okay,
but like it's just all. It's more like. That just depends on the person.
It's just right. PC fans are more fickle. That's all.
Yeah, they're just more fickle. They're like they try to pull that Square Enix try to pull that shit with Final Fantasy VII Remake, and they're like, nah, bruh. And so Epic had to change their games. Like, well, we'll give you a $10 coupon. It's $60. And so they're like, all right, cool. Now you're talking our language. So again, to everybody, anybody who wants to come in and make this point, how crazy is it now? No. How crazy is it now? That PlayStation was already announcing that these games was coming on PC in an article, but didn't put these games on PC when they knew that the shortage was there. 3 to 6 months afterwards, so they could get these games pumped out and still get their revenue instead of them going back to the PlayStation 4. What do you guys think about this, man? Like. Why did this go with that strategy?
I think they just needed a reason to do it, and like they're just like waiting too long. Like, I mean, like you guys said earlier, they're cocky right now. They think they can just kind of, just run around and do what they want and announce when they feel like it, and not really give any clarity to any situations that could be. I mean, like a solid example of just like being cocky is, when's the last time you heard anything about rest mode? My rest mode is still bad right now on my PS5. I have to turn it off, and like I have a 4-year-old daughter. Yeah. She likes to play some like Ratchet and Clank and Sackboy and Spider-Man. She likes to play those games, and like when she's done, she doesn't know how to work the controller to turn it off, and I don't think there's a way to turn it off in front of the console. Like, she knows how to turn off the Xbox because there's a button. She knows how to turn off my GameCube because there's a button. She knows how to turn off, and she knows how to turn off the PS2 because there's a button. but on the PS5, it's like,
there's no button?
There is.
There is, but like for her, I don't even want her touching that thing because that thing might fall over. So I'm just a little worried, like with how cocky they think they are right now, that they're gonna eventually. I mean, they're so big right now, and like I mean, quality wise, they're doing great. So like they do have somewhere to stand when it comes to being somewhat cocky or whatnot, and they got plenty of fans for sure. Mm-hmm. But like, as I believe Tsunami said, like the more this piles up, the more it's gonna look like they don't know what the fuck they're doing. And they're just doing everything last second, and just like, I mean, it kind of feels like, remember how Xbox Live came out? That was a big deal. Sony had to catch up, so it took them so long to catch up to that.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, no, I agree.
They run the risk of being tone deaf, and like I know they hear everything that they're getting pushed back on. They just don't care. and right. I think it's the same kind of it's the same. I don't want to say it's the same, because like get another job, like that's a whole nother level. but as far as the same intents, but doing it a little more sneakily, I feel that's what they're doing. They're saying, okay, well, you know, you want to play this game, you're gonna get them $10 more. Like you want to play it, you want to like even the controllers cost more. Like everything costs a little bit more, and like even to the point where how you have a revision of a console in less than a year, you took out half the heatsink and hope that y'all got the same performance. And as of right now, it's been fine. But like, did you not know this before? Like, you took half of your heatsink out to save money. Like, they're the richest company that acts like they're on a fucking Kickstarter. Like,
facts.
I don't get it.
Mm-hmm. Damn, you're right. He said Kickstarter.
Future Generation said something. He said the cats don't understand Jim Ryan. Intent was never to get billions of gamers. I don't believe that the PC was their intent either. He says neither was Spartacus, and I agree with you 100%. Like Spartacus is something new, and then now we just got an article. And so like we'll skip the last topic. We'll just have these two other topics, but I do because of this information that came out today, where Cory Barlog and a lot of the PlayStation studios came to Sony, was like they have been going to Sony saying, look, we want to put our games on PC, and Sony's been ignoring them for I don't know how long, and now they finally was like, okay, fine, we'll do it. So is it like, did they finally make that change once they kind of knew that the whole, like, you know, the whole situation with they knew that they weren't going to be able to sell as many PlayStation 5s as they wanted to because of the fact of the shortage. And so then they looked and they was like, okay, what's our plan B? And so the plan B was, okay, let's start putting these games out here. We got all these emails from all these people that's been wanting to put these games on PC. Let's go ahead and go acquire, because they were pretty late acquiring that studio that normally that does great ports for PC games. Yeah, Mix. Yeah, and then you see here now they're now talking about Spartacus. They took out that there was something that I guess in Europe where they had on I can't think of the name of that magazine or whatever, but it's out there in Europe. Eurogamer. They said that PlayStation is taking all those PlayStation Now cards away from them out of stores. So which means that they're about to make some kind of move, which pretty much is going to be Spartacus. So that's plan C. So it's, I don't know. So I'll just go to you on this one, Tsunami. Is this one of these things to where like Sony is, because they've been so arrogant and they think that they could just do no wrong because of how successful the PlayStation 4 is, that they're now like, oh, now they're scrambling because they see now that they're in a crazy position and they might not can be able to sell PlayStation 5s until probably maybe 2023 or maybe even almost 2024.
Well, I like this whole shortage thing. They knew the projections. They knew what they were going to have out there for the most part. What I more so see is happening is they're seeing how much Xbox is making without having as many consoles out there. Because when Xbox games go to Steam, they hit number one. I've seen snapshots of when there's 4 out of 10 games that are Microsoft games in the top 10. Yeah. And they're sitting there and they're saying that, saying, hold up, wait. We have good games too. Why Microsoft? We don't think their games are as good as ours, but they're dominating Steam every time they launch, and they're getting all this money, and they're seeing all these other third-party developers dominating Steam, and perhaps they see the microtransactions that are being made, and yes, PlayStation makes the most revenue, but how much profits are they making? Xbox is profiting, I won't say more, but percentage-wise, they're profiting more because their games cost less to make, they're shorter to make, they put it on more platforms, there's multiplayer in it, there's co-op, there's the microtransactions, there are games as a service. There's more ways to monetize their games. So typically, these PlayStation games cost however many millions to make, and they're done in a weekend, and you don't touch them again.
Yep.
I played Forza 4 from day one until Forza 5 came out the night before. That's how long I played.
Yeah.
That's the difference.
So when they see these things, they said, okay, well, maybe we need a service like Spartacus. Because you see all these other companies, EA Play and UB Plus, and they're seeing these, services. And what people don't realize is Sony makes most of their money from a service, PS Plus. PS Plus.
That's different though, because that's different though, because that's still reminiscent from like when both these companies were just trying to make money from just online. Because sure, it's a service, but that's because they're charging for online. If they didn't have that, I bet you they wouldn't be as successful.
No, you're missing my point. My point is most of their money is being made from a service. Like, not the games being sold, it's from the service.
They do still care about the games being sold. That's where they make a lot of the money too.
They want all 8 pennies. Right. We know they want money in every way possible, and this is where PC comes in. They said we can make more money. What do you mean there are people out there that don't care about PlayStations and they're perfectly fine with their PCs? No, sell them our games too. They'll like them, trust me, and then they'll buy them. And some people will double dip because they want better frame rates and graphics. Right. So like that's what they're seeing. They're seeing the profits that they're missing out on. That's motivating them to create these services and launching on other platforms, because as I recall, their number one money maker is this mobile game that like is kind of obscure to console gamers, but it's kind of big on mobile. I forgot what it's called, but
Fate, Fate,
Fate Grand Order,
Fate Order,
So they want more money like that. They want residual money where they don't have to cross their fingers and hope it sells well. Whereas then, okay, maybe it's not selling what we want it to, but we know we're going to get consistent numbers every month, and so we can bank around this. So yeah, it's not anything about we're scrambling. No. They want to make more money, and this is the easiest way to make more money is to put it on more platforms and create services to get the other people that PlayStation hasn't touched yet.
Right. Yeah, like Generation's saying, like follow the leader, because Xbox has been kind of giving them the blueprint of how to make money. Because which is true. Go ahead.
I want to toss something in there real quick. Like, so I feel like it's them advertising for themselves, kind of, because we already know about Spartacus, and now we hear about PS4s being remade. It really sounds like they're just trying to do what Xbox has with Game Pass and just kind of sneakily, because Sony is sneaky, dude. They are very sneaky. And I feel like they're going to use this Spartacus with PS4 and also PS5. And now you got online and, I mean, all these different tiers. Like, they're using this stuff kind of to be arrogant and kind of drip out what they're actually kind of doing with this whole Spartacus thing and whatnot. I mean, that's just my personal take from it.
Yeah, no. Anybody else? Richie, D, y'all got y'all's thoughts about this at all? Callie?
Yeah.
Go ahead.
No, yeah.
Go ahead. Yeah. You
no, I said I think I said everything. Y'all just choosing violence. I usually try to beat around the bush and
no.
Using
it's
metaphors and similes and shit. Y'all said the spade's the spade, damn it.
Yeah,
that's all there is to it.
Listen, I mean,
as I said earlier, just take the L. That's what I said in the first comment. Just take the L.
Damn L.
And move
just take
on.
It.
Yeah.
Right. Just say yeah. Like, I mean, because listen, the Spartacus package, the silver and the gold is what I'm going to go after, but the only thing pricing is definitely important for the gold. But the main thing of why what I want to see what they do with it, because if they're going to give me what Xbox give me with backwards compatibility by enhancing those games, making them 60 frames per second, 4K enhanced, then
for a fee.
They're gonna. It's gonna be a fee, no doubt, man. That's PlayStation.
No, in addition to what you pay per month.
Oh, you know what? If they do some shit like that,
you said auto HDR. You're not tier 3.
Oh,
you think you're gold? No, there's a platinum, and then you
gotta. Oh shit!
You're capped out at 60 frames. You don't get the 120.
No.
Oh,
we can't even do what we can't even do 120 because VRR doesn't work on there. So it's
oh,
I'm sorry.
Lord
I feel like I brought this
mercy.
energy. I don't know if I brought this energy.
It's okay. No, the energy's here always here.
The energy comes every week. No, this is just what we do. But I'm just saying, but
that's hilarious.
Listen, I had my own run-in with Sony because they're holding my shit hostage, and I'm mad at them.
Let it loose, girl. Let's go. Go ahead. Let it loose.
For y'all don't know, basically,
Sony's over here saying,
I was on PlayStation Now. I had a subscription. I asked them to cancel it. They did not cancel it. The card that I had on that account is expired, but the checking account still exists. So they superseded the expired card and charged me for PS Now. So I went to them, was like, I asked y'all to cancel it. That account is an account that exists, but it is not my main account. Please cancel the subscription and refund the money. They didn't do that. So I had to talk to my bank account about what was going on with my account. Sony sent me an email and was like, your account is permanently suspended unless you pay us for services rendered. And we're not unlocking your account.
My PlayStation friend said it happened to him. He pre-ordered a couple games, and I guess a couple of games went through, and the last one didn't. And they said, okay. He called him back. He said, okay, no problem. Here, I'll fix it. I'll pay. He said, okay, so everything's unlocked now. I said, no. Now you go to this other account where suspended accounts go. You said, what? You said, yeah, your account's still suspended. And so, like, after he paid, he still had to go to another department to unsuspend his account. And he couldn't, and because of that, he couldn't play any of the games he purchased through his entire PlayStation history.
Yep. And so, just to put out
matter
there,
if it's disc or
that's funky.
It doesn't matter if it's disc. The only thing that saved me is that my original PlayStation account from 2010 on my Vita, by some Festivus miracle, I got to reset the password. But my original account, all those PlayStation Plus saves are gone and cannot be retrieved. Wow. Because once your PlayStation Plus account is gone, those cloud saves are gone. So all those PS2 GTAs that I've had since 2014, all of those saves are gone.
Even like stuff like this is stuff that I don't even think about as an Xbox fan.
Yeah,
we don't have to think
this stuff is there
because our shit is in the cloud, right? Like, I mean, that's and then what's the beautiful thing about it? Because you can always just go through your history and then
re-download
and re-download that.
Right. So I'm grateful though, to be honest, because my PlayStation Plus renews on my birthday every year. So if I had remembered, I would have renewed my PlayStation Plus for the year, and I didn't. So thankfully,
got me for that big.
Yeah, once your PS Plus lapses, those saves are gone. If it lapses Sunday and you pay it Monday, those saves cannot be retrieved. So just betrayal. But the saving grace is my old account is on my PlayStation 4.
Hold on, say that again. Say that one more time.
Well,
because I knew that that your saved data is behind the PlayStation.
But you wouldn't think it would be gone.
But
no, it's gone. It's gone.
These are kilobytes.
So say it one more time, please.
He said these are kilobytes.
One.
I actually learned there is a way to get around that. There is actually a way to get around that because the way I did it is because I never actually used the PS Plus cloud save until I never used it. The way I did it was I actually transferred the memory from the games onto a flash drive, and if I ever wanted to re-download the game, I just reinstalled the all that data from the game I just copied over.
So here we go again with all this extra BS that you gotta do just to keep your shit.
That is very smart, Callie. But all right. So,
but you shouldn't have to go through all.
You should not have to go through that. Also, keeping in mind, I know I'm a minority. I know this, but and I don't use them very often. But I also have 2 Vitas, so I don't have a means. There's no USB solution for that. So all
Your
of those
solution is
games.
don't trade in your consoles ever.
No.
Yeah, I bought mine.
Well, unless they
from
discontinue
Japan.
them or try to shut, or the battery shuts off like the PlayStation 3.
Yeah, it's I'm kind of mad, but I'm not as mad because, and they sent me an email like, you need to pay us the $64, and I was like, why would I do that? Because the account will still be suspended. Make no mistake, if I pay them the money, they're just going to take it. They're not going to restore my account.
But
like
that would
need
be
it
a new. You'd be resubbing for this year, right? Essentially.
Well,
yes?
on account A, but because I have account B from 2010, it's a fresh start. So I can still play the games that are saved on my PS4 that I bought on my previous account. I can play those on the account that I just logged into. So there's no need for me to actually pay this money, nor is there a need to do PlayStation Plus. So I'm actually kind of grateful. So I can still play everything, because I had to break out my 360.
All your trophies, they're gone.
Trophies are gone. I am now level 1. I'm level 1. All that's gone. So I was like, it's fine.
No, stop doing that to me. I'm calling Phil personally.
yeah, making that call, boy.
I was pissed. Honestly, it was mainly the GTAs I was mad about, because you can't buy those anymore. But I have the physical Xbox discs and my special edition.
Oh yeah,
Xbox
no more hot coffee. No more hot coffee for you.
It's sitting there in dust. So I actually broke out my 360 because I bought it used, but with an open box. So it's the Call of Duty Ghost 360E. Never used it. And then I turned on the PS4, remembered my password, and I was like, "Oh, I'm gonna put this 360 back now. I don't need it." But if they do some BS again, I have it. But yeah,
I can't.
They're holding my PSN ID hostage.
That's
I'm not wait till PlayStation go day and date PC. That's the last time.
Okay, so Callie, please repeat for people out here who have a PlayStation and what they need to do so they can save their information, just in case if they have to go through what D went through, or if their PSN account goes away. What did you do to save your information?
Well, practically for the games, I just copy and pasted all the data from the games, because there are because the PS4, of course, I don't know if this works for Xbox, but in the PS4 they have the files for the games where you can uninstall it completely and wipe it off your hard drive, so that way the console has some space for other games, right? Practically, you download those files onto a flash drive, and when you reinstall the game, if you don't want to restart everything, you could just download all that stuff back onto the hard drive.
Yeah, you know what? I said this.
So you can choose to keep the save file. You don't have to delete the save file.
Yeah, you don't have to.
Mega.
And plus, I have like 3 fucking flash drives, so it's not really a problem for me.
Yeah, all I know is I hop on xCloud and my cloud syncs to my console syncs to the xCloud. It just travels with me. It's like breathing. I don't think about it. Like I didn't know that was a thing.
It's your best friend.
I never really had to think about this stuff, even when I had my PS4.
Bro,
no. Okay, I didn't start doing that until I had my original PS4 started crashing because it was having an overheating problem.
Oh,
and also, I think it was something else. Also, I think it was something else with the hard drive or the new hard drive I put into it.
That too. Whereas if you don't pay for this online, it erases your cloud storage, but they give you more leeway.
You know what? I'm kind of pissed at Nintendo because they're kind of just ignoring the Joy-Con drift issue. So I'm just not buying any more games on there. They have twisted. They have just broke my last straw that I had for them.
It'd be like that.
Wait. That's the straw I'm talking about. That straw that you felt that broke. That's the one I'm saying are breaking some PlayStation fans right now.
Yeah. And that's why
I am going to be fair, because I do have friends that play on PlayStation and they don't really follow any of this stuff. They just game. Even I actually had one friend who reported one of his friends just be funny and got his account banned, and he didn't really care. So he just made a new one and just bought games all over.
Yeah, nah.
Don't do
They
that.
must
Don't do that.
So like there are people. It's just depending on the person what they care about. If they actually follow this stuff and they care, then yeah, they're gonna be pissed. But some people just won't care.
Well, yeah, because they don't know, and it's just like what Mitchie said earlier was like, look, I mean, Sony's going to be very vague about what they're going to tell you, and the stuff that they tell you, it's probably going to be in riddles. And so if you don't know, then how are you going to be able to fix it? So
let me chime in.
What up, Sir X? Go ahead,
Sir X.
Go ahead.
Yeah, I was listening to you while I was at work and stuff like that. Just got in, didn't even take the vest off yet. I'll do that after I make
man, you stinking, just nuts, just funky. You just come on the podcast.
I want to break down Sony since the PS2 real quick. Just real quick.
All right.
I used to play the PS2 all the time. Then the PS2, I went online with it. You know, my Xbox was just sitting there because it didn't have Xbox Live at the time. I would always have problem with it. Only took, I had broadband. Most people had the DSL stuff.
Yep. DSL, baby.
Yeah, I couldn't chat with people. Right. I got the PlayStation mic and everything, and you know I'm playing games with them, and I see people glitching and everything like that. And I was like, enough of this. I left right after Need for Speed 2. Most Wanted 2. I was like, I had enough of it. I went over to Xbox. Live came. I started playing the games over there. Didn't have a problem. Sony was still behind the times over there. Then, you know, everything was running smooth on Xbox, but Sony waited till they got to the PS3 to get their online together. So I went over there, played. Okay, you're a little bit better and stuff like that. Still ain't got no achievements, but you know, I mean, we didn't have no achievements back then. Sorry, I had to correct myself. I just got off work. Give me a minute. And I'm like, okay, Xbox is better. I mean, but PS2 was still out at the time, and I fell in love with it then. So PS3 came. Okay, now Sony wants to get their online together, but they still didn't have the part where I could chat with my friends, you know, before I started playing. Xbox had that. You know, they didn't innovate that until when? Near the end or the middle of the PS3 where they started doing that? So I'm like...
Pretty much after they got hacked.
Yeah, after they got hacked.
After they got hacked multiple times.
Which people people said my PlayStation stands were saying I was lying about the hack. Anyway, go ahead. Sorry.
Nah, we just was one of the lucky few, bro. But
network was down for a month, though.
Yeah. Oh, we all remember that one.
Oh, yeah, that was PlayStation 4. Yeah.
Sony has always been behind the times in their security, their features, as far as online stuff. They slowly getting it together now with the PS4, but they're still having problems. Unlike what we had, I could change my name on the OG Xbox. Still, that's what 4 generations back. You know what I'm saying? Crazy. So I'm still stuck with the original Sony online gamer tag that I had back then.
Well, the original gamer tag.
Oh, but I heard you might risk. I heard you
man over there.
I heard you might risk the what is it? Run the risk of losing all your purchases or some shit like that. I don't know.
So I changed I logged into my old account from 2010. And I figured I'm starting on this account. Nobody has this account. Let me change my name. So the first change is free, which is cool. However, it is not an across the board fix. What I mean by that is like, it's not you change your name to Johnny Smith. It's Johnny Smith across the board. No, some games may not recognize it. You might lose your scoreboard, leaderboard records. Some of your friends may still see your old name. You may lose some kind of save because it's attached to your first name.
You lose half your shit.
There is a very big disclaimer because I had to read it over, but I was just like, it's a new account. Who cares? Just do it. Because it was my full name. It was a very long time ago. It was my full name. And I was like, I don't want my name to be my actual tag. But it's a very full disclosure about it's not going to transfer all the way. Some games will recognize it. Some will not. There's a lot. So you can lose some saves. Your scoreboard records, because they are linked to a certain name, may be lost as well. It's a very long list.
This is where Microsoft, being a software company, mostly a hardware company, has an advantage over Sony throughout this whole time of online gameplay and setting up for you to be able to change your name, pay $10 without losing anything, and you keep all your stuff. And they even give you the ability to give your friends notifications that you've changed your name through Microsoft.
I didn't know.
Yeah.
They even have a little hashtag number Discord now where like you can pick whatever gamer tag you want and then you're like number so and so.
Right. So Microsoft is covering all the bases because they know that there are going to be people out there that want a name that somebody else has, and it's like, I can't get to you, but we can put like the little, what do you call it, the little dial crosses and stuff, and then put numbers behind it. Right. You know what I'm saying? That way you do get that name, and then people can call you by that name. Being a software company was Microsoft's biggest advantage. When the 360 came out, everything changed. It changed everything, how online worked.
It did. If you watch that special, you'll see that where Sony thrived was off of the hardware, because the PlayStation 1 and PlayStation 2 was absolutely behemoths, right? So because and then they had all of the marketing deals, things like that.
Right, they changed the generations when they did that.
Sony just changed the game with all of that. But then once it got into the point where Xbox was finally had success with the, slight success, but they had success with the OG Xbox. Then they were like, we're going to go all in on
and when Xbox Live hit,
that changed the game. All right, so let's go. Let's make this last.
I was getting to a point, and I'm almost done. I promise you, I'm almost done. I'm almost done.
Come on, get to your point, sucker. What you talking about? I'm not
Watch it, sucker.
Okay. Chime in real quick. I just want to say,
go ahead.
Where was Microsoft's software smarts when it came to building that god awful Xbox One UI? I'm sorry, but
you talking about Windows 8?
It is what it was. It was them trying to change and do things.
Well, no. Actually, I appreciate the old one, but the hardware couldn't accommodate it. Like, I like the snap. I
move it fast enough.
I love the snap. Snap the best thing ever.
That was the best thing ever.
Oh my God.
Yeah. Microsoft is a PC company. They're used to, like I said, investing in stuff like software. Sony is a hardware. I'm getting my point right now. Sony is a hardware company. But now the tables have turned. Microsoft said, all right, we're going to get some of the best hardware developers out there and get them on our team. The page has turned. I still like Sony, don't get me wrong. But Sony needs to get with the times and stop being like 5 years behind the times. They need to grow up and realize what's going on, or else they will be lost in the game.
I mean, they are. You can see them doing new moves, like especially with integrating Discord into the PlayStation.
But they take too long.
Microsoft had that for 2 years. This stuff takes a while. You got to give them time, because they're not exactly fast with this, because they're not like Microsoft, where they have access to like all the people that can make the software.
They need software developers on their side, not just for making games. They need software developers that can help them imprint software into their systems so it works better and freer to make your customers more happier with your service. Just like Microsoft has people happy with their service.
And they're definitely trying. They're definitely trying.
They are.
They're definitely trying.
It's just that. It's going to be funny though, and I'm sorry, I'll let you finish, Callie. It's going to be funny by the end of this generation, the people that capped for PlayStation being original, or being completely different from everything else, they're going to be like the 360 or Xbox, like they're going to be Xbox-esque by the time that we get to this generation, by the things that people were making fun of Xbox for with games on PC, the online stuff, all of these other
Jim Ryan is not that much different than Phil. It's just that Phil is upfront with his shit.
I'm honestly in the opinion that that Jim Ryan is just the face for Sony. He's not even really the boss.
I think he's more like a Don Matry.
Well, what's happening right now is...
what I meant by that is like he's not concerned about doing it the old way. He wants to make it the new way. He wants to, grow the business and go to different platforms. Like he's not a traditional.
That was
he's
Don Matry. That's
Sony
Don Matry. Yeah. That's Jim Ryan's more like a Don Matry, because really the advertising aspect and the way that Xbox really propelled, which I didn't know that either. If you watch that documentary, you see Matry was the ones that when you see the advertisements. And then, like, you would watch TV.
Well,
like you see Transformers, the live action movie, and you've seen the 360 turn into a transformer or whatever. That was Don Matrick's vision, and I see a lot of that in Jim Ryan on trying to do the same thing with Sony. But Cali Rex, I know that you didn't get done what you were saying. Go ahead and say what you had to say, brother. I'm sorry.
I didn't really have much to say. I was just saying that that Sony was trying, and they definitely are adding like new software features, especially like the Discord, and they're also doing that thing with the tournaments. I think with I forgot what it's called. They're doing like this game
Evo?
Tournament thing. No, not
Evo?
with Evo. Well, it might be with Evo, but I'm not too sure.
It's something else they're trying to do.
Oh, okay.
I know what you're talking about.
But yeah,
So question, why did they take away stuff? Like, didn't they take away?
Okay, so they are taking away stuff like like the communities features on PS4. They're taking that away. But that's because I think from what I heard is that their software is kind of like spaghetti. It's all over the place. So they're trying to like take out some of that stuff so they can make their software better,
run faster and run smoother.
Yeah.
So what about?
So they're trying to streamline.
So what about why they took out like the browser and stuff?
I'm not too sure. I mean,
hell, they was tired of people watching Pornhub.
Nah, I
didn't really know anybody that used I didn't really know anybody that used the browser, really. So it could have been just like
no. Pornhub is
Pornhub was the number one thing on PlayStation. Shit,
yeah. But they were also trying. They can hack the PlayStation through the browser.
Right, that's
they don't
right.
Sony doesn't have good security over there for that.
And then also they don't want you playing xCloud and stuff.
Right, that stuff's locked down. Oh yeah, they were playing xCloud through on the PlayStation. That's right.
There is a way. There is a way to be able to watch like YouTube and stuff like that.
It's like
on
you
your
have to click on like
and Pixel pictures.
That's just if you download their apps, like the YouTube app or whatever.
All right, let's get to the last topic and then we're gonna get out of here. I wanted, you know what I'm saying, we'll talk about Game Pass another time. I know that, you know, these games are coming and things like that. Wanted to kind of do something a little fun with that. But let's talk about this Killer Instinct. You know, y'all ain't getting Let's talk about this Killer Instinct news.
All right, time for me to go to sleep now. No, just kidding.
Watch your damn mouth. Okay, anyway. So all right, so this was just last month. We talked about there was a rumor that was going around, and that, you know, Killer Instinct was looking to be coming back. You know, I came in with my theories talking about when Aaron, I'm not going to try to say that man's name, that was part of Midway and Warner Brothers, or that worked in NetherRealm, that came over. Xbox picked him up in late November, and then they hired another person that was from WB Games. And so then my theory was look, these guys, Xbox is going to probably try to be a little serious about getting into the fighting space. They don't have, you know, Killer Instinct can definitely be that flagship fighter, but they also can bring back some other fighters that Xbox has, or just bring out a new fighter IP, and do it that way. Well, there's more information that's come out, basically saying, because the rumor at that time that it was the developer, Inway, was one of the people that Xbox was looking at. And then, of course, Iron Galaxy. And then there was another studio. I can't remember what that other studio was. Well, this news that came out here today is saying that that Killer Instinct 2 is already in the works, but it's being made by a Japanese. Oh yeah, that was who the other Japanese company was. The studio that's made. They made tons of fighters, but they made the Dragon Ball Z games. They also made
Bandai Namco,
Street Fighter.
Bandai Namco.
No. The actual studio that's made them. I cannot think of the name of them right now. That's made that's worked on the Street. They've worked on every Street Fighter game that's been made, and all the other like Dragon Ball Z, Xenoverse, and Budokai, and all those. I cannot think of that studio's name right now. But now we're finding out that Namco Bandai is rumored to be working on the new Killer Instinct. Now, I want to go deep in this rabbit hole, but I want to get your guys' thoughts about that. So I'm going to go start off with Mitchie first because I don't know how much Mitchie is into the fighters. So you know what I'm saying, if she's into it, she's going to give us all the information she wants, or she's going to be quick. So Mitchie, what do you think about this situation, this news? Have you played Killer Instinct? Are you into fighters?
I have played Killer Instinct. I have Killer Instinct.
Okay.
I'm a notorious button masher.
Ain't nothing wrong with that.
I will find a way to beat you, and the friends I do play with, they get very frustrated because I win, and there's no reason why I should win.
Oh, I gotta see this.
Well, I'm gonna do fight night right after the show. I'm probably about maybe 30 minutes after the show. So if you got time, if you up, we can play some Killer Instinct. I can put it in, and you can button mash and beat me, or try.
Or try.
Yeah. But go ahead.
But yeah, I've played it and I enjoy it. Like I said, not good, just button mash. Right. And if they make a new one, that would be great. I'd love a new Killer Instinct. But it's not up to me. It's up to them, and hopefully they can find a studio that can make it and that can do a good job at it, just like the previous game was. And maybe, make it a little bit more, I don't know, not as... It seemed very kind of gothy. It was kind of more like a scary type thing rather than
a little lighter instead of that.
Yeah, maybe a little bit lighter because some
too
of
much contrast. It was real dark or bright.
Yes. Nothing in between.
Yeah. That was because of lack of budget.
That's all I kind of expect from it.
Okay. All right. Okay. So what about you, D? And thank you, Extreme D. It's Dims. That's the studio that was rumored, which isn't too far off from this Namco Bandai situation. But D, what do you think about this whole situation? I mean, is this something that sounds interesting to you, especially for Killer Instinct to be made by two Western companies, studios, but now the rumor is that they might just go to Namco, and that's the maker of Tekken, s.t.a.l.k.e.r, all of that. So what do you think? Would that be a good look?
I hate to disappoint, but you know how I do.
Oh yeah.
I have no insight on this, so I cannot comfortably give commentary. I don't like speaking on things I don't know.
Right. No, I got you.
I hate doing that and looking dumb. So I don't know anything about it. If there is a Killer Instinct, because I know that's one of the series that came out when the Xbox One came out back in 2013, if I'm not mistaken. I just hope it is, like I always say, I hope it is what the fans enjoy. But I am not one of those people. I gave up on fighting games a very long time ago. The only fighting game I play is Street Fighter 2, the new Challengers. That's it.
Wow.
That's the only one I play.
That's taking it back. The new Challengers. Wow. All right. So let's move it on down the line. Sir X-Man. Okay. So, what is your thoughts about this?
I'm happy when it comes. Day one. That's it. I'm done.
Okay.
No sense beating around the bush.
All right.
That's funny.
Okay. So, all right. Let me go to Callie Rex. What about you, Callie? What do you think?
Honestly, I don't really care. I'm not really too much into fighters. I'll play them. I'm into Street Fighter 4. Street Fighter 5 disappointed the fuck out of me with how bad it was at launch. But
what disappointed you?
Street Fighter 5.
Oh, Street Fighter 5 was garbage when it first came out.
Now I hear it's better, but I haven't played it in a long time.
It's really good now. It's very enjoyable now.
And you can play it on PC.
Yeah, I play it on PC. Yeah,
I'm about to download it in a couple of weeks.
It's amazing. It's amazing now. That last character is really fun. So yeah,
other than that, I played the Injustice games. Love those.
Yeah. Okay. All right.
And I don't know if you count the Smash type of games, Smash Bros. As fighting games.
Oh, he plays Smash Brothers. He's got a Switch.
I got a Switch. Yeah, I get my ass beat in Smash Brothers. That's one game that I will not brag about. I'll just take the L until I can get better.
But other than that, I haven't really tried any. I haven't really gotten into any other fighters like Guilty Gear or like S.t.a.l.K.e.r or whatever. Like any other fighting games. I don't really have. I'm not really that into it. But like, yeah, I could see that Xbox is trying to get into fighters. They're definitely hiring people. But I always thought they were going to hire they were going to like make their own fighting studio. To be honest.
No Mortal Kombat. Really? No Mortal Kombat.
Nah, I mean, I play with a friend whenever they buy the game, but I'm not really that into it.
Well, all your friends can play it now because it's in Game Pass.
I like the fatalities. I like to watch those.
You know, women love watching the fatalities.
They just love blood and
my
gore,
wife is the same way.
She just loves that.
Women love the gore in Mortal Kombat. They are like my wife.
It's the creativity.
When they play movies, man. They all love Star movies.
They love the.
It's the creativity. It's just I don't like S.t.a.l.k.e.r.
I stand corrected.
I can do like animated. I can do games, but like movies I'm not that great with.
No, me neither. Right there with you, D.
Yeah, I like the fatality. I like the different creativity.
Like somebody get fucked up in a game. That's crazy.
So you like to see somebody sawed in half and blood gushing everywhere.
Listen, Cassie does a selfie. Johnny Cage says something witty. It's creativity. I like it.
Oh my god!
It's like, oh damn, he slammed him. That shit crazy. Oh wow, like I don't know.
Jax rips your arms off and blood everywhere.
My wife is the same way. She
I'm
she
weird.
see me playing it, she'll sit
You're not weird.
watch.
You're normal. There's nothing wrong with that.
But no,
I played like old Mortal Kombat, but not new Mortal Kombat.
You should try new Mortal Kombat. I think you would like that.
I wish they would bring that over to the
Game Pass
for backwards compatible.
Yes,
I wish they would.
Or you could just play it on xCloud, like me and Sir X-Man did. It was great.
Oh yeah, it was awesome. No lag at all.
Okay, so now I got two more left. Okay, you guys gotta help me. You gotta help me, or I see like I gotta make a video because I got you know what I'm saying, because this has got me so hyped.
Lips too.
That's real hype. Lips. Oh my god, I love Lips. Ham Solo. Come on, talk to me, brother. How this rumor, Namco Bandai working on a Killer Instinct? Do you think that's even real? Like, that's crazy. What do you think?
I think it's very possible. I mean, if you look at the way Xbox is down with spending money and working with people, I mean, like, that's what... I mean, if you look at Xbox for the last few years, and Phil Spencer especially, he's all about just, like, making things happen and working with people, and not so much about this is Xbox's, don't touch. Like he's very open and like down to work with people as long as, you know, they're down to work with them. And that's the difference. That's the stark difference between PlayStation, where it's like they have to own said company to do good business with them consistently, versus Xbox, where it's like, fuck with me. I'm here.
Facts.
Man.
I love it.
All right. Okay. I love it. I love it too. All right. Tsunami, man, you gotta talk to me, man. You a fighter fan, right?
Not as much as I used to be.
Man, what's happening? Dirt, man. What you got on your podcast, man? Oh man. What do you think about this news though?
Yeah, so I'm gonna go the opposite way. Bandai Namco games, I personally don't like their fighting games.
You didn't like Bloody Roar?
That's how long ago?
That wasn't a Namco Bandai game though.
Oh, my bad. I'm sorry.
Yeah. Come on, man.
But like the last Bandai Namco games I played were trash, like Jump Force and the Dragon Ball games. And
you didn't like the Dragon Ball Z? Jump Force was fun. I mean, yeah, the story was absolutely
okay. I'll put it this way:
the Budokai games are better.
In a Killer Instinct mold, I don't see how it fits.
Well, okay, because they wouldn't make a game like they would make the game like Killer Instinct would be, like how we would know Killer Instinct to be.
Because Killer Instinct is a fast type of game. Like
it's just the look. The look would be different, but there's somebody in the chat that said something that's very, very interesting. But I'm gonna go ahead and let you finish because you could be right. So go ahead.
Yeah, so like I kind of like Dragon Ball Z Fighters because it reminded me of Marvel vs. Capcom, which is my favorite series.
Yes, sir.
All right.
Yeah,
great fighter, one of the best.
I liked it because of that. But besides that, the other games they come out with, I don't know. I just can't get jiggy with them.
You can't get down with Tekken, man. You know what? This might be your last time I ever talk to you.
Oh no!
Okay, hey, Tezumi, you still got your 360 with Marvel vs. Capcom too, right?
Yeah. I'll even take 3. 3 still runs well enough. It's just not the best. The best is
S.t.a.l.K.e.r.
Always 2. It's always Marvel Capcom 2.
Yeah. No. So those games are fine. I guess what I'm saying is I don't see how they fit into a mold and the speed of a Killer Instinct game.
Right.
Like when I think of like the Bandai Namco games, because like they're more of a shell rather than the actual devs. So by saying Bandai Namco, the same people that made some of those games didn't make the other games. So like you might have, like you said, like a s.t.a.l.k.e.r, but they didn't make Jump Force. It's not the same people.
Okay, so Namco Bandai is the largest gaming publisher in the world. It's bigger than
Capcom.
No. They're bigger than anybody out there. They're the biggest. They have so many studios under their umbrella that they're the biggest. I found that information out tonight. So they're bigger than EA. They're bigger than Capcom. They're bigger than anything. And
I heard Ubi had like 2,000 people.
No. I mean, yeah, no. Ubi is huge, but Namco Bandai makes a lot of
toys. Namco Bandai makes toys too.
Yeah. But I mean, they make Power Rangers, Guilty Gear. Namco Bandai made Smash Brothers. You know what I'm saying? Like, what? I mean, they make types of games on top of it. They made Scarlet Nexus. They made Jump Force. They made Tales of Arise. They made,
and that's what I'm saying. Like that umbrella is huge, so you can't just say, "Oh, this particular studio is going to make a bang game," because you don't know which one is making that game.
Well, there's only There's only one other fighting company I know that makes good. The people that make DOA.
Yeah, but but look, we're not looking for T&A though. You know what I'm saying? They make the best T&A. They make the best.
DOA is life.
DOA is a great game, but DOA is also, they make the best character models for female characters ever.
T&A.
Yeah, that would be T&A, all right.
That's what I said.
T&A volleyball that they got over there in Japan. That's only on
they the best at T&A.
The physics.
Yeah, the physics. Those jiggly physics, jiggly so.
Real quick, remember you could adjust the jigglies in DOA and DOA 2 and DOA 1.
Listen, we got women on the panel, man. What you doing, man?
You could adjust them. I'm sorry. It was in the game, dude. My bad.
Oh, my God. I'm so sorry, lady. This man come here.
Ladies, I'm about to speaking of fact. I'm sorry.
I'm about to get the game canceled.
I know, it's over. Okay. All right, so I'm sorry. Go ahead.
I wonder if they could. If Bandai Namco could capture the essence though of a Killer Instinct with. Well, like what I mean is like they make a lot of like anime and like like type of games like. Yeah. Killer Instinct is more of a like punch you in the face and watch the blood drip out kind of game.
Mm-hmm.
And I haven't really
right.
And I haven't really seen that from Bandai Namco in a long time. So I see what bro was saying earlier.
If Galaxy gives them the engine though, if Galaxy gives them the engine, they can build upon the engine from Galaxy.
Well, Microsoft owns all of it, so they have all that stuff.
Right. And they still have they still have the main people that knows how to make the game operate like it's supposed to. They still have, I can't think of his name. I can't think of those two guys' names, but the main guy that he's the older guy, he's Latino, I believe. And he's the originator of making KI from Rare. So the Xbox still has him on, you know what I'm saying, still have him there.
That goes back to 92, dude. Damn.
What is he just doing? Just walking around the building? Like
no. Listen. Okay, so the whole situation with Iron Galaxy, Xbox was wanting to acquire them, and Iron Galaxy, instead of going through negotiations and seeing and going to the highest bidder, they just went to I think it was I can't remember
Amazon.
Yeah, Amazon offered them money, and it was like, oh shit, this is a lot of money, and they went there without doing the process. And even the people at Iron Galaxy said, yeah, we were a little bit ignorant about the situation. We didn't know how that worked. Microsoft was waiting to pitch their offer, but they already accepted Amazon's deal. So that was the situation. So
Amazon's another $1 trillion company too, though. So,
but Amazon
didn't like Double Helix take over or something like that?
Yeah, and Double Helix took over, and then Adam Boyes took over. Saying is in charge now, and he got them doing all these other second and third party projects, and so they don't have the time to work on Killer Instinct from what the rumors are, from what they
kind of sound like what happened with Crackdown when they got bought out and they had like Ground Zero.
Okay, thank you, Abacab. Yeah. Thank you, Abacab. I had it mixed up. Double Helix was the one that went to Amazon. Iron Galaxy is the one that's with the Adam Boyes is a part of that, and I don't know. And I think they're not owned by anybody, but they have all these other projects. Matter of fact, they got a free to play game out there. It's a little fighter. It's called Rumbleville or something like that. It doesn't look very appealing, but
I've seen that.
Yeah, it doesn't look very appealing.
It's on my phone. Yeah, I think.
Yeah, so thank you, Abacab. I apologize about that, but in all retrospect, what the problem is that that Xbox has been waiting to see if they could get Iron Galaxy to work on it, but it doesn't look like they can. And then, of course, Amazon has, Double Helix, so they have to look for a different studio. So, and then for what somebody said in the chat, which I could see working on it, Project Soul, Project Soul, who makes Soul Calibur.
I thought I was saying that I always thought that Microsoft was going to make their own like little fighting studio.
I don't see why they can't.
Everyone else is busy. Everyone else is practically doing something or is busy.
I don't see why they can't poach a couple of heads that know exactly what they're doing and then just fill in the rest of the people. Like go get some of the top people at like I mean they kind of already did it with NetherRealm.
Right.
He's
just,
right.
Make a
they
team
should
out
just
of
buy
them.
NetherRealm.
They're working on that.
I think Warner Brothers is working on that.
Warner Brothers isn't going to sell that studio. They're just because
they wanting to sell the studio. They don't want to sell the IPs. I don't believe.
I don't know, but Kelly Rex, why do you don't think that Warner Brothers want to sell NetherRealm? Because
they already came out and said that they don't want to sell the studios right now, and I think the new company wants to try to see how their games do.
No. Let's not forget who it is. This is AT&T.
Yeah, right.
AT&T. Remember, they merged it. They sold WB already merging it with Discovery. I think that company
Discovery doesn't want anything to do with games.
They don't want to have nothing to do with
you know
games,
that for a fact because
Discovery said they didn't want to.
Because a bunch of new companies are starting to enter video games. Even like film companies are trying to enter video games. Okay. So these companies are just wanting to test the water. Like not a lot of companies want to like Disney, they didn't want to stay into video games, but I think Warner Brothers sees the potential in video games, and like they still are heavily invested in video games too.
So who owns HBO? Discovery?
AT&T.
AT&T.
No, that's also in the Discovery merger, so that's all with that. But technically, AT&T does own that company now because they put all their shares from Warner Brothers into that new company.
So
money.
I think they're just trying to get away from their debt, and they're trying to finagle away out.
Yeah.
Yes, they want to get away with their debt.
Yeah, and listen, you just said one word right there. That's the catchphrase, which is right now. So right now could have been last week. So, you're definitely right. I do think that maybe I don't think Discovery cares about the gaming division like that, but they probably would for certain things. I think a lot of the success of what's going to go on with the whole fighting situation with WB is going to be, and I think this game is going to be solid. Honestly, is the that Smash Brothers type game that they're going to be coming with the WB characters and stuff like that.
Oh yeah,
I think that game's gonna do really well because it's going to be free to play, things like that. But do you really think that NetherRealm is going to be like, yeah, we probably would want to make something like that or help support something like that? Hell no, they won't.
That's why they're making another Mortal Kombat rather than going to the next Injustice, because they don't know what to expect.
Oh, wow.
They don't know what to expect, right? So I think there's a lot. I think Xbox is definitely still looking at trying to pull something from WB. If it can't be Rocksteady or Monolith or something like that.
I think that was true. I don't think they would be poaching the talent away from the studio like they are currently. That's why I think that they are building their own like studio for it.
And
you don't just poach the heads and they don't really have a studio to go to, because I bet you they are doing something behind the scenes. They are probably forming like a studio like how they did with Initiative.
Yeah, you know what? That's a great point. Yeah, because that's what the point that I was trying to make. Okay, my last thing, and then we're gonna get out of here, is with the whole fighting thing situation. Okay, so for me, all right, so I do find it to be odd, about the whole Namco Bandai thing, but there's two factors to it, and it's crazy because I watched Maximilian video, and I was going to say this too, but he said it, so people might say, "Oh, well, Mega's just biting off of what he's saying." But the one thing about it is that the net code with Mortal Kombat, not Mortal Kombat, with Killer Instinct is better than most games out there. That game when it first came out had the better internet, so it's still one of the best fighters out there just because of the net code alone. So for me, that thinks that if Namco Bandai is going to be working on it, then Microsoft is going to be paying a hefty fee, and that game is not going to look all drebbed, and it's going to have a major budget. But I also think that maybe Microsoft is working on more than just one fighter. Let's just say that Iron Galaxy is available, and they're working on Killer Instinct, and they went to Namco Bandai because they do have a good relationship. Remember, the marketing rights for the most part was with Dragon Ball Z Fighters and for Jump Force and for Tekken 7. If people don't remember when Harada came up on stage and introduced that Tekken 7 was coming to the Xbox One. They could be bringing back one of their old IPs or making a brand new 3D fighter IP. And if if the rumor is Project Soul that's working on that's made what's the name of the Soul Calibur could be working on a game, that could be the 3D fighter that Xbox probably wants to add to their portfolio with Killer Instinct. I don't know what you guys think about that. You think I'm crazy as hell, or do you think that might have some wheels?
Wait, so you're talking about the company that made Soul Calibur, right? I want to make sure.
Yeah, Project Soul. Yeah.
Are they independent?
No, they're with Namco Bandai.
Then I don't think it might be like, I don't think Microsoft will try to grab that IP. I think it might just multi-platform.
Not grab the IP. Make a exclusive 3D fighter from that studio.
They could like Bandai is a multi-platform publisher, so wouldn't it be up to them?
Not if Xbox is giving them the money to make a game, and they're like, okay, yeah, sure, go ahead, give us a break.
So kind of like how Sony kind of paid Capcom to develop Street Fighter V.
Yeah, like that. Because Phil did say, I'm going to make it up to the gamers about Street Fighter V. I really feel bad about that.
Yeah, then I could see that as a reality. Then.
Yeah.
If Sony could do it, then sure, and maybe Xbox.
Yeah, because Guilty Gear ain't gonna. As much as I want to dream and hope, Guilty Gear ain't gonna see no Xbox. I don't think no time soon. So, if at all. So I don't know. You know what I'm saying? But it does look like that Xbox might be serious and getting to the fighting jam. But anyway, regardless. All right, nobody don't want to talk about fighting except for me. My heart's broken. All right, guys. We're gonna get the hell out of here. Man, it was great to have you guys on, man.
Enough broken hearts for the day, man.
Yeah,
sorry, I was late. But
we're about to get the hell out of here. Work. Sir X-Man, Stankin', you know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying? Go wash your ass.
Don't be no shit. Won't be no shit.
Mr. Sapp, thank you for coming on, man. Tell everybody, man, where they can find you at, what you got going on, man. You did one hell of a job, man. I hope this ain't the last time that we'll get the chance to talk. Hopefully, you know what I'm saying, you can come back onto the show at some time again. It was great having you on, man. So where can they find you at, brother?
Yeah, you can find me on Twitter at tsunami_sap. On Mondays, you can find me on the WBG podcast, 6:30 Eastern time on Dirt Giggity's channel. And then also on Sean's channel, typically Friday mornings around 11, 12. His schedule's kind of a little fluid, so but for the most part, yeah, you could definitely find me on those shows. And yeah, I mean, and then also those Twitter spaces.
Them spaces, bro.
Twitter spaces, man.
Be wild. Extreme D, man, appreciate the information, man, because I knew that it was made from Namco Bandai. I just didn't know which studio made Smash Brothers. So Smash Brothers is made by Project Soul, the same. So again, and Smash Brothers exclusive to Nintendo.
Hey, what if they're making like a Microsoft Smash? That would be hot.
That would be hot, and that could be a definite possibility.
Does Microsoft have enough characters for that? Like enough notable, notable characters, because like you see how big roster it is for now. Like a lot of those Smash Bros. Games.
You got Halo, Gears. You got
Bethesda. You got Wolfenstein.
All the Rare. You got Doom Guy. You got
you can bring the Battletoads.
I'll give you since Bethesda. Like
you got the Battletoads.
Maybe just you get the little Fallout guy.
You get
Conquer.
Okay, maybe it's just me. Maybe it's just like because I'm too close with Nintendo Smash Bros.
Yeah.
One of the kids from Grounded.
Oh yeah, you can bring.
Or you can throw the Minecraft guys in there like they did on Smash.
Oh yeah, definitely.
You can bring in guesting characters like that would be like they could go crazy. Yeah, Gears.
You got Senua.
Yeah, Joanna Dark now. They can go crazy. Yeah, you know what?
Banjo Kazooie. You got Blinks. Not Blinks. What's his name? The cat.
Blinks.
That's Blinks.
That's Blinks.
No, but wasn't there another one with like he had like a potty mouth?
Super Lucky?
That's Conquer. That's Conquer.
Conquer. Yeah, Conquer. Yeah, Conquer. Yeah. Like Rare alone, you can pull out a lot of stuff from.
Oh fuck yeah, you could do like I said, the Battletoad. Yeah, you can go nuts with that.
That game is hilarious.
You could bring out one of the characters from Fusion Frenzy. Fusion Frenzy got bring one of them characters.
Jago and Orchid, you know what I'm saying? Fulgore.
You can pull out. You can bring Cameo.
Cameo
as a fighter.
Yeah, I mean that's about 20 right there, like we just mentioned, altogether.
Hey, one of the Forza drivers, just a random Forza driver.
Yeah, just get a random Forza driver.
That's funny.
You can bring the Arbiter and
you can bring in Locke.
You can bring my boy Locke in because I'm gonna get y'all's ass with Locke.
What's his name? Cruz. What's his name?
Terry Crews. Oh yeah, from
Crackdown.
I don't know. I don't know if they'll do that, but that would be dope. Like
Sunset Overdrive person.
Oh no, I don't think they can do that. That's Sony. They sold that now. They that's yeah. If they brought old dude from Sons of from I can't think. Well, I can't Rise, Son of Rome.
Yeah,
that would be
bringing the guy from Quantum Break with his time slowing ability.
You can go
hey, and then the last character, you know who to be, right?
Who?
from the game that never.
Craig, Deborah Craig, last character.
That's a good one too. But no, I was gonna say from the game that never released.
You got
from Scalebound.
EA too, so that's a lot of characters too.
Yeah, they could clown, man. But anyway,
you bring in Mac from SSX and slap you with a snowboard.
they could do a whole bunch. Yeah, they can make their own Smash Brothers. But anyway, yeah, man. So yeah, Did you finish saying where they can find you at? I think we just got to start talking about Smash Brothers.
My bad.
No. Go ahead. Where can they find you at, man? Let's do that one more time. Though. Yeah, you know what? You never know. All right. Okay. Oh, Tsunami, you ain't gonna say it again?
Oh, I told you. I already told you. WBG.
Oh, okay. I got lost when they started talking about Smash characters.
Oh no, I was done. You went to like other people says me.
Oh shit! All right, Ham Solo. Let's get the hell out of here, man. Where can they find you at, brother? My bad.
Like I said earlier, TSWS Gaming on YouTube. It stands for They Said We Said. But also on Twitter, you can find me at HamSolo05 Gaming. Holler at me if you want to be on an episode of Behind Them Sticks. Like I said earlier, I've had K-Mega on there. I recently had Fonzarelli, Blind Giant, Boomstick. So, I mean, had some pretty dope people on there. Yeah.
I'm coming one day.
Yeah,
I'd love to have some of these people on the panel on there. So holler at me. I'm down to do an episode. We could schedule something or whatnot. But yeah, that's where you can find me. What day? It's it's Tuesdays and Thursdays. I drop a new episode on my YouTube channel, TSWS Game.
It's pre-recorded, yeah. So
it's pre-recorded, but I'm actually going to be moving to live stream probably in just a couple of weeks. So if you want it to be recorded, it's by request, or else it's probably going to be a live stream.
All right.
Sounds cool.
Good deal. All right, Kelly Rex, my main man. What's happening, man? Where they can find you at? When you gonna bring that channel up again? What you gonna do? When is that coming?
You mean the show?
Yeah, we're gonna bring that podcast up, man.
Yeah. I'm probably gonna bring it back soon. Don't worry.
Okay. You ain't got no date. You know what I'm saying? You ain't come on, man.
I made promises before, and I know I deliver late on them, so I'm just gonna keep my cards close to my chest. But yeah, no, I'm waiting to get my Steam Deck or Stream Deck till that way I can actually have more professional streaming quality, like you, K-Mega, especially with that soundboard too.
Don't pump him up, please. Don't pump him up.
Yeah, don't do that.
Stop that.
You guys can find me on my own YouTube channel, Kelly Rex, and I do my own show, Extinction Level Gaming. And you guys can also find me on my Twitter, KylieRex01. And I'm also going to be trying to stream on Twitch more. So yeah, I'm going to be expanding more. So yeah.
Oh man, they get to see that baby face, man. He popped right out the womb and started talking about gaming. That's what I'm talking about, man. That's great.
All right.
Yeah. All right. Yeah, you know that the Duce is starting to hit me, and I'm about to stream here afterwards. So you might have I might get blasted on me playing some fighters tonight, but
about to get messy.
But I'm gonna
I'll make sure
messy.
You forgot a person.
I forgot nobody. I'm about to go to the other people on the panel. So you know what I'm saying? Mitchie.
Yes.
Where can they find you at, other than you over here trying to rep your little sorry Packers? What? Not this week though. I know you're going to be what. I know you're going to be repping for my Rams to win this weekend.
Yeah.
It's going to be great.
You know, there's an automatic L for people.
Oh, anyway, where can they find you at, Mitchie?
They can find me at on Xbox. I am Mitchie1971, and on Twitter, I am at Mitchie71. And that is all.
All right. Excellent. And
Rams are going to win, by the way.
You say they are going to win? Or
they are not.
That would break my heart.
Who do the Rams play?
The Cardinals.
Arizona.
That's not going to be easy.
Oh, that's going to be
divisional rivalry. I mean,
you got to play in Arizona.
No. They come to the house.
It's the same thing.
No. But no, the Rams play better on the road than they do at home.
That's because it's the same thing.
Oh my God. D, where can they find you at other than making breakfast and making mimosas? Where can they find you at, young lady?
You can find me on Twitter and PlayStation, Genji's mom, since I had to not negotiate with terrorists on my Kirby Titan account. I'm also on Xbox, Kirby Titan, and I'm on GRG most Friday nights. It's been a rough couple of weeks, but I'm usually here 9 p.m. every Friday, if possible.
Nice.
Things been rough, but I'm back.
But you're back. It's all good. It's all good. And then definitely Sir X-Man. Where can they find you at? Oh, Sir X-Man, we can find you in a trash heap, in a shower, washing your ass. Everybody have a good night. Peace.
Boy, if there weren't ladies present, I would say something so bad right now.
Oh, man. Where can they find you at, Sir X-Man?
You can find me at Sir X-Man, just like it's spelled on the podcast. Sir X-Man 1 on Twitch whenever I find the time. And Sir X-Man, just like that, whenever I decide to stream something on YouTube. And Sir X-Man on Twitter. That's about it. I might join K-Mega and harass his ass on Fight Night tonight.
Okay.
If not, I'm playing Rock Band.
Yeah. All right.
A side note, y'all need to watch Peacemaker. Peacemaker is hilarious. It is awesome.
My wife was telling me that she asked me about that I want to watch Peacemaker. So so we'll give it a shot. We watched Eternals, and listen,
did you like?
I fell asleep for the first hour.
We enjoyed the hell out of it. We enjoyed it because what I look at is not a typical Marvel movie in a sense, because it's telling you the story, the backstory about these people. And to me, that's important because of what's to come. And so I dug it. And that, to me, that I liked it. I liked the characters. I started getting invested in a couple of characters. You know what I'm saying?
Do you remember the TV show?
I only saw 1 hour of it.
Eternals?
Yeah, there was an Eternals TV show.
I did not know that.
Back in the 90s, I think it was.
No, it was modern. It started like right after Agents of S.t.a.l.K.E.R. did.
Really?
Maybe a couple seasons after that, but it only lasted 1 season because it was horrible.
Really?
I've watched every episode of S.t.a.l.K.E.R. So
yeah.
You talking about Eternals and Humans?
That's in Humans. That's in Humans. It was in Humans. It was in Humans.
Okay.
Yeah.
Oh, that chick with the red hair,
They're on the moon.
Wig.
No, that was Agents of S.t.a.l.K.E.R. when they were on the moon, when it was broken up. That was like season 5.
Yeah.
No, but they were living on the moon. And
because the Earth got destroyed and cracked.
No. This is a whole different thing.
Oh wow, it is.
I
have to look for it.
Yeah, I've got to look for it because no, I did not look at the show.
I didn't know either.
I did not know. So no, I did not watch it. But did you get the chance to see Eternals, the movie?
Yes.
Okay, what'd you think?
It's okay.
Yeah.
I mean, I don't know.
I think they cared about themselves a little bit too much more than anything.
What'd you say?
Yeah.
They did
For
what?
being caretakers of the Earth and stuff,
too much.
They weren't really that caretaken.
Well, no, because they're not supposed
because
to.
they said they only were supposed to protect against the deviants. Everything else,
right.
Don't ruin it though, because I haven't finished it, but I've got a little bit further in it. I watched some of it.
The twist really came in, man, and then I kind of caught myself really liking some of the characters, and I was like, okay, all right, you know what I'm saying? So, like, I dug the movie for sure. And the one thing I will say is this, though: the one thing I always feared is that, like, maybe the MCU cannot do a Galactus. Like he's supposed to look to some degree, but yeah, after watching this, they can definitely.
They definitely can do it.
Galactus is one of them.
No, that's kind of debatable because he can.
I think
he was there at the beginning, though. Galactus was there at the beginning of the game.
He was.
They created Galactus. He wasn't always like that.
Right. So I definitely, no. So I definitely, I recommend to watch it.
Because they're all just all robots anyway. That's the difference.
I know. I saw that part. I got to that part. I did get to that part when they explained.
I'm about to say,
and the destruction of the certain place where they're at. I got to that part. Yeah.
That's
okay.
Good.
So now again, before I leave out of here, do not let guys. Definitely, we're gonna link up here pretty soon because we definitely going to start talking about the new podcast that we're going to work on. We're going to be bringing up. So it is getting close. I am ready.
This has been one hell of a week.
It's getting close. I'm thinking here probably maybe February. Probably towards the end of February, we could probably have our first episode. So, you know what I'm saying? We just got to know about the time and things like that. I want to get started with it. Get the talks about what day, what time, things like that. I think we got a lot of things that we would love to discuss, and it will be a fun podcast because it'll be something totally different than what I normally do. So, hope you guys will come and check that out when we do it. And then, everybody else, hope Cali Rex, hope you get to do your thing. Love all the things that y'all doing over there at We Bleed Green, you know what I'm saying, and all of that. So yeah, man, thank you guys so much. We're still in the pandemic, so we can't just jump out and go to the club and do the pants off, dance off, you know what I'm saying? So I might
do that.
You still might? Oh shit.
That's funny. That's funny.
Yeah. Well, you know what I'm saying? I can't wait to hear stories when things finally go awry and I can live through you guys because I am married now. So, you know what I'm saying? The club life is
hey, humans got to do what humans got to do, K-Mega.
Oh, well, I mean, I do that with my wife. I can't do that with anybody else.
All right.
We don't need to know.
Lord help me, Jesus.
Oh, my God. I'm going to be streaming here. So when you want some more of this banter, come and join me here in about 30, 40 minutes. Everybody have a good one. Thank you. God bless. Be safe out there.
Bye.
So is Thanos a robot now?
What the hell?
Hey, thanks for checking out the GRG podcast. All your gaming news and our special topic of the week. Make sure to join us every Friday night, 8:30 p.m. Eastern, 9:30 p.m. Central, 6:30 p.m. Pacific. This was the GRG podcast.